I'm moving you all. Because I had to move you all earlier, so I moved you some more. So there, get jerked around, why don't ya? Why don't ya?
Hey, it's an awesome day today at Wendy's. What can I do for you?
Yeah, you like Wendy's?
Yeah, I love
Wendy's nuts.
Yep. There we go. Hold on.
Life could be a dream.
Hmm.
Life could be a dream. Shaboom. Life could be a dream. If I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream. Sweetheart, hello, hello again. Shaboom, and open we'll meet again. Boom, ding dong, ding dong, lang, lang, lang. Oh, whoa, whoa, bip. A bip, a dip. Oh, life could be a dream. If only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you, life could be a dream, sweetheart.
She was very convincing, asked me for compensation for her package. I gave her some money.
Bill, but strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
We are going to be talking about peaking in high school.
That's the most, like, fitting thing in the world for, like, the Piker-Klein Piker reaction day. That's fun, though. That's fine. I'm glad with this. I'm good with this. No complaints.
Oh no! Oh no!
Why did I pick
Oh
that?
no! 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 No!
Now I'm a piece of... Now I'm a goblin. I suck.
So these bloody nature worshippers. Oh my!
I don't know. Someone fuck.
Okay, am I on the right fucking chapter? I am. Okay. I don't know what kind of gaming I want to get into. To be honest, I sat down and I was like 10% sure that I kind of wanted to play Dark Souls. I'm not depressed. I just want to play Dark Souls. It's been a minute. Besides, the music in Majula could be your only break from this. There's like not much music in the start of Dark Souls 2. Speaking of things that sound like Majula, I put Cholula on a crisp earlier today, and I thought that would annoy the fuck out of Homeskillet. Ooh, I've been playing both RimWorld and Oxygen Not Included, trying to figure which one feels right now. It's like actually like 80% RimWorld. I can play schedule on. I'm at a computer. I'm not at the Steam Deck. I'm not on the couch. What can I do? Yikes. So much stuff. Oh, I can play Oblivion. Oh, because I've been playing old Oblivion on the Steam Deck. The 2009 Game of the Game of the Year edition. Hold on. No, there's gotta be something I want to play even more than this. It's fun, but like, where have my needs been? Oh, also Code Vein runs well on a Steam Deck. 10 out of 10. Unlike fucking Elden, which I give a hard F, and even Hyper Lightbreaker, which unfortunately, hard F, works really well on that lovely little piece of shit console. I don't mean to say piece of shit to be demeaning, it's actually quite... Fallout. I've been like cherishing my Elden time on my own. I'm just kind of like having fun. It's less latency when I'm not trying to also stream the goddamn game. Same for Elden. Like Dark Souls is easy enough to do. Am I really? Because it's like I haven't played in a bit, so is it time for like a new save maybe if I do? Maybe. Okay, I'm thinking on it now. What's our thinking game for today? That would be relevant. We're also still watching this later.
Chaff, flare, deceive, and deflect. Chaff is essentially tinfoil confetti, which confuses the bandit's radar. And flares are designed to trick a heat seeker into chasing the wrong target. But when the party tricks don't work, you gotta fly your way out of it.
No, we like Stolovsky, but no, we're doing this.
Doesn't rely on his eyes alone. In a jam, he's got a couple of tricks to help him out. Chaff, flare, deceive, and deflect. Chaff is essentially tinfoil confetti, which confuses the bandit's radar. And flares are designed to trick a heat seeker into chasing the wrong target.
Confuse and deflect.
But when
it's really good, it's like really apropos when there's drama. When we react to the drama, we're not going to conflate the act of suffering of people in an act of conflict with these people's need to have an interpersonal conflict. It took halfway into this for them to stop doing it. I might finish this today. I'm not in the mood right now. At least I'm honest. Oh, I want to play Shadows of Doubt. Oh, it's getting an update? Oh, that's so good. Oh my gosh, I have beans. I'm slow cooking fucking beans. I'm slow the motherfucking cooking beans right now. Oh, I'm so glad with this. I'm a bean person. I don't know what you want from me.
I don't know. Someone fucking sent me.
I have 2 copies of this, right? Okay, this one's the correct one with a timestamp and everything. Perfect. There's Chaff Flare. There's some song by some extremists that I think are actually just using their extremist cult as a way to subject the public to their fetishization of each other under the auspice of slatulating each other in public and shit. I have no fucking idea, man. I don't trust people. It's 2025. I don't trust people. That sounds real fucking like divorced of give a fuck, but like, to be fair, Cloud Out of Date played on Steam Deck, I care not. I'm gonna start a new game. What? I love Shadows of Doubt. It's a fun game. I like it a lot. It's nice. Here, before I get wrapped up into it, let's do some BuzzFeed. Let's start the stream to some BuzzFeed. Someone's gonna roll up and be like, what's this shibboleth? And we'll be like, this is just how we start the stream, you goober. I don't know what you're on about, you fucking goober. Eat butt, you goober. Are you a golden retriever, black cat, golden cat? And it means I have to wear fucking weird ears on my head. Sure, let's go. What would you do on your ideal weekend? Have a quiet day at home. If the errands, I mean, yes, because I'll do chores. I love chores, I don't love errands. I love chorin'. Random stuff at random times. People never know what's coming. Yes. Random animal. Bunny. What's your social energy like? High and you enjoy around people and thrive on connection. Low, you prefer alone time in small groups. Basically. Kind of. Depends on the day. You can be social but need recovery. So honestly, yeah. Yeah. I can do it. I don't like doing it very much. It's not my jam. What kind of music do you usually go for? Upbeat, feel-good playlists that keep the mood light, more chill or moody music, something you can get lost in. You switch it up consistently from indie to oldies or to instrumental. Whatever moment makes this moment feel like cinematic. I'm sorry. Like, when I was little, I used to just look, like, I had music on so much that it's like I had a soundtrack to life, and it was whatever the fuck sounded good. And, you know, kind of, but like, I do switch it up constantly, but it doesn't like limit to these, right? Like, I don't like classical, I like Baroque, I like country, I like fucking some jazz, I like a shitload of fucking punk shit, I like drone, I like fucking pop from every fucking nation, but that doesn't matter. I don't like songs about people getting their smoochy time on and stuff. That gets very annoying. It's very much a chore. I don't like it. And if I can like get down with a song here and there, but like in the event that it's like repetitious and it doesn't, if it's like more than one song, I'm tired of it. No, it better not be every fucking song. There better be some Life Will Be Dream in there, or maybe some Letter B. I don't know, go put on fucking Leftover Crack or fucking Skinny Puppies or fucking maybe crank on the Gigi Allen. I don't fucking know, brother. Keep it moving, don't keep it stagnating. What are we doing here? People these days, fucking people these days, they are very smudged, so it is way easier to not wear them. I'm about to fix this in a very disgusting way. But I have alcohol wipes at my desk. I washed a bonnet and put it next to my desk. On my desk even. And next to my desk mat. And it just fell to the ground. And I'd just gotten it out of the wash. And now I feel like I have to wash it again. And now my life is forfeit. Wasn't before. Felt like it was. Wasn't. Now it is for real. So every time I said that it wasn't, anyone refuted me. Now they're double full of shit. Me thinking I'm right does not mean anyone is full of shit. Sorry, this is the most like awkward glasses cleaning scenario. I've like got my sleeve in my pants and we're doing this delicate dance. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, sweet fucking sweet serenade to my eyeballs. How do you recharge? Yes. I just want to sit upside down, grilly cheesy. Tendies and fries? I like nuggies. I'm in more of a nuggies than a tendies mood. I'll take a grilly cheesy though. Okay, no, if I slice the tendies and I put them on the grilly cheesy, no soup, then yes. But I want slicey tendies, grilly cheesy. That's how we're doing. Going hard. Wait, is this not long hard day? Is this not long hard day? Oh shit, recharge and what would you snack on? Okay, Golden cat. Balance being social and reserved. You're thoughtful and adaptive. Your energy shifts depending on who you're with and how you feel. You're low-key cool. No, I am high-key obnoxious. And like everyone in the know knows this, and no one questions this. Because we're not fucking silly. Because we're fucking reasonable fucking people. Why the fuck? Y'all are twisted. Low-key cool. More like high-key needs to shut my fucking goddamn mouth. Hi. I use the same audio line for this. This also has music, but I use the same like audio interface for this as I do gaming. The gaming, which is I guess this in front of us, and well, also the audio track that I had. It's like Shadows of Doubt is not responding. If you close the program, you might lose information. I'll close it this time. We'll do BuzzFeed, and I'll try to relaunch it. Play. Quiz. It lets me have some granularity over what's playing. Lol. Meanwhile, I'm like terrible. My own lightsaber. Oh, I don't like the quiz ones. I don't like the door ones. I like the other one. Eat a rainbow of fruits and veggies and reveal your soulmate's first initial. We've done like several of these. I've accrued like... I figure if I accrue at the very least every letter of the alphabet. I mean, there's some letters I don't really... like, I don't care. Like, I think W on the surface sounds boring, but like Wanda's a very pretty name. So, or like Wayne, that's a very pretty name too. So, like, it's not that I like don't dislike it. It's not that I dislike them. It's just that like I think of it and I'm like, well, what name would I pick? And I don't think of any until I like think on it for 5 seconds instead of 2 seconds. And then what am I gonna be like? Well, toss out P then? No, then there's like Peter and Paulina and like Peter and well, why would you toss out any? So I guess then I have to do all of them and accrue every letter. And that's like no fair. These motherfuckers. Also, the letter always changes. I think that's the point here. Red fruit. Don't like it. Meh. Meh. Yeah, I'll take it. I would've gone with a fucking raspberry. I'm not weird. Oh, press any button? Sure, buddy. I like oranges. Wait, if they're fries, I'll take the sweet potatoes. Because, you know, fries are world-transcendingly amazing. Pick a yellow thing to eat. Lemons. Kiwi. I don't like avocado. I love broccoli. I like kiwi. I guess it's broccoli. Pick a blue one? Blue/purple. Ungroup these now, you brigand. Big. R, S, T, U, or V. I think T was already a... that might have been like an any initial, so that could be a first or a last. I need to collect them all for everything. The letters for sports, utility, vehicle are here. So, possibly, I could be soulmates with the American auto industry. Morning, Vest. How's it going, duder? How you doing? What you up to? We're playing games. We're also going to be reacting to stuff, but if we're going to be sussing through people's shit and getting through it with a little less pausing today, I feel like a good backdrop for that is detectiving. I want a detective. I want a detective good. He be... Now I have to do the same intonation every time. Nope. Okay, cool. I mean, obviously, I clearly have to keep it. So, I'll just click that mini. I think it's like 10-ish times. That's gotta be good. We'll be purple guy again. This is my stuffed animal. I should probably get purple guy if I'm gonna play as purple guy. Meh, fuck it. Okay, I want purple guy now. I've been slow cooking beans, Vess. Vess, my dude. I did chores and I slow cooked beans. And I did my second favorite thing. I used the squeegee to mop. I like mopping with the squeegee. Because then you know you've gotten it all and everything feels good. Got stuff out for stew. Like Stewie Pickles? Like fucking Tommy Pickles' dad? Like Big Stew? Big Stewie? What are you doing with him? How's he doing? How's Big Stew? I'm sorry. Tommy Pickles. Stuart Pickles. It's still the, oh, it's, we can enter now. Okay. Y'all, I flashbanged y'all by accident, didn't I? Yikes. Yikes. Okay, there we go, I guess. I was turning and looking at OBS the second, third, and fourth time. Just to be like, what's the cause? I'm keeping it. It reminds me that we're gonna go react to some dudes soon. I'm gonna go look at some dudes do some stuff. I'll put them in picture. I'll turn on the game's music when they're on. It'll balance out. It'll all balance out. It'll all balance. I have faith. Everything will work on out there. Partner. Y'all, it's like deep down inside, I probably want to go and like just get in a time machine for like 5 seconds and just like stick my head out to go shout partner at someone in the good old fucking West. Yeah, I can imagine doing that and just any of them just like putting a bullet in my fucking witchy time traveler head. Just in an instant. I could not. I would not. Nope. I am good. No names, but reach me at a phone number. I want to get your name, bitch. I'll tell you who you are. Yo, I am a fucking asshole at this game. This gets us a sync disc for Infiltrator. I kind of forgot to be cheesy and try to like cheese for good sync discs at the start. I could steal Model Citizen. That sounds funny. Yeah, I like the way that sounds. It's funny as fuck. It would be funny as fuck. Oop, how do I crouch in this game again? Okay. I'm having to learn how to play again. Okay, I was not a model citizen. I did not model citizen I was crouched. I'm so bad at this game right now. Someone insta-incapacitated me. I mean, I can do some stuff. I can still get a run on. So I guess I'm quite fortunate. But, ooh, there's a hole in the wall right there. I can sneak back in all dodgy like. That's nice. Anywho's, like, I did get away with it, but I'm like, I was crouched and didn't notice it. We're still being piss-swayed the people. Sorry, I played a lot of fucking, not XCOM. Terra Invicta, and the way that, like, every voice will say that, instead of persuade, how I would, like, pop it off my head, it sounds as though it's piss-weight the people. And for whatever reason, I kind of love that about that game. Yeah. I'm playing recklessly because we're gonna go look at some video things soon, mostly for a bit. But not only, but also. Bloody idiot! What did I do? Goober? Goober trooper? They're both on this street? Wow. Wow. I forgot how to play. We're good. City Hall doesn't care anymore. They stopped prosecuting me. I've gotten away with crimes. This looks so haunted. I don't know what this is. It looks haunted. That's not even... It looks like a fucking... It looks like something from a Dark Souls video game. Back in my day, we'd call that Slenderman. I remember Slendermans. Back in my day, we talked about the Slendermans. Ooh-wee, ooh Nelly. I remember Slendermans from my youth. Sorry, I'm being a shithead and I can't help it. I could help it. I don't want to do this one. I'll take it. I'm gonna reject it. I don't like doing the home as much. They're very unfun. Is this like free to use this time? You are not free to go, ma'am. They have called me on not being free to go, ma'am. I just said that was my name so I could drive away from the traffic stop. Yikes. I will take physique. We can carry more shit. That seems very fucking nice. Community, I don't remember what the fuck that does. Spartan insurance only works if we get injured, or to like go to the hospital or get arrested or something, so that's useless in the mode where we just die. I mean, I'm not gonna remember if I don't get it, but a camera costs a bit. Spartan! I mean, may as well get the handcuffed one. Those aren't that much work. Theft, though? No, so, okay, hold up. The soda company took over, and they're the president of the United Islands that have been left over after the soda company's desire to make more starch colas resulted in global flooding, and they're the first corporate presidents, and they now own the police. Like, they legitimately own the police. I think it's pretty legit. I think if you could own the police, you would do it too. So, can't talk shit. Okay, you can talk shit. They're pretty fucking weird. And also, it's not that hard to just take over their drones. What is this? A Sasquatch? Sasquatch. Okay, note. 1334, not 1337. We almost got leaked. I was almost elite. But now I'm just a letdown. Laudem, letdown. We don't have the handcuffs yet. We don't have enough money. I guess I'm committing a crime right now. I'm about to break inside.
He set forth without pity.
adopt me.
The slaves of
'Cause I think
with
I'm
barbarous cruelty.
alright.
Unbreakable,
We're
incorruptible,
committing
unyielding.
crimes tonight. How do I flashlight again? I'm such an ignorant piece of shit. I don't need to know. I will figure this out.
For he alone was the Hellwalker.
I'm very confused. I'm just... Okay, sorry. The flashlight thing is on my own. It's their path that is confusing me. That is also... I have to deal with that. It's me. Don't worry. I got this. However... Yikes. Ooh, money. I'm being reckless because that will remind me how to play most quickly. They're very silly. Like, if I could remember how to move and do things, that would be different. That's okay that I can't. We can afford to pick up handcuffs, I think. I hope. There we go. And we can afford lockpicks. Nice. That makes us rich. If they live alone, this is like the easiest way to pick up money. They'll arrest the citizenry on behalf of the soda president of this new united aggregate of islands. They're the only thing left after someone destroyed the world and sank everything. That sounds great. And I'll bunny hop all the way there, because I'm a winner. I'm a loser, but I'll still bunny hop all the way there. Like, I guess if you see me happily skipping along, I guess that does mean there's a problem. Like, something is fundamentally fucked up in our world, and I've been allowed to go have fun. Ashflay, Itlay, Airway, the other, Ukfay, Isway, Orye, Assway, I may, other may, Uckerfay. Flashlight, is there even a... Am I goobering? Mouse button 3. It doesn't care that I'm suppressing it. It doesn't like me. We'll text that as 5. So now it's mouse button 5. I don't like this key for it, but I'll be good with it. I feel like I'm super bad at this right now. And this is gonna just get blown up in my face. Security system's turned off. Security door's closed for a minute. That's closed. They just flicked on the light. If they're from the door I'm going in, this makes this a lot more easy. Even what's your name? You're not telling me, but I'm adorable. Bruh. How dare you question me? I'm adorable. Cute as the eye can see. Why is this thing so big? There's no one in the hallway. No one gives a fuck. Other person fixed the lights, so we're happy. Okay, they're not home right now. We can get their work rotation. Starch candy. We stole candy from a con. We want a work rota. Oh, they had vodka. We're gonna take everything. Our hands are full. If we can read the work rotation, we have the house key now, so now we can lock the door. If we can read the work rotation, we're golden. We can take a shower here if we want to. Guess you have time to write back. Oh, they have a friend at the fields. It's the place they send you if you have a good social credit score and you make it farther enough in your life. If you don't live long enough, then they just turn you into starch for candy, I guess, to give to children so they can eat food instead of starve. Because that's their alternative here. I guess? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, we tagged their house. We can close this. There's their employment contract. Prescription, tenancy, bank statements, birth cert. I think we have enough deets. We're gonna get out of here before we get arrested or caught or something. Boop the security door open. And we still don't know their schedule, but that's a big whatever bop. Who cares? Oh, I've tagged this twice. Oh my gosh, I'm such a loser. This looks like the weapons workbenches from Fallout 4, which I also wish I was playing a little bit. Lol, oops. Oh, missing persons job. Back to the all west. Do you know this person? You're not telling me. What if I give you money? Oh, I don't have any money. I don't want to do the kidnapping case right now. We're gonna go watch YouTube stuff, and I'm gonna go check my plot of slow cookie beans to make sure that I made them very low in temperature, not high in temperature. Because I'm a piece of turd. I will BRB. I'm also gonna clean up my desk because it's gross. It looks like it's unloved. You know what else looks unloved? The planet some days. Don't litter. Fucking weirdos. Cholula.
Party tricks don't work. You gotta fly your way out of it. But a fighter pilot on the run doesn't rely on his eyes alone. In a jam, he's got a couple of tricks to help him out. Chaff, flare, deceive, and deflect. Chaff is essentially tinfoil confetti, which confuses the bandit's radar. And flares are designed to trick a heat seeker into chasing the wrong target. But when the party tricks don't work, you gotta fly your way out of it.
What is this face that I unpaused on? Because he's like, his eyebrows are furrowed, right? He's furrowing his brows. However, like, oh my gosh, how heated was this when I walked away from it last night?
Fucking sent me.
Oh, okay, and so you shit and piss about me pulling a meme from Destiny's subreddit. I have never even pulled this subreddit up, but you're on stream.
Sorry for the deafening sound. I am trying to manage audio the best I can, but I swear to fuck, you do it.
Browsing H3 Snark. How do you explain that?
Ethan, your entire subreddit is a snark subreddit dedicated to me. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's literally not true.
I don't have a single issue at this point. What are you talking about? You have personally moderated your own subreddit to turn into this, by the way. So many people that have criticized you from your own fan base have left your community
said your
for this
community
reason,
has nothing to do with
this. You can't take a fucking ounce of criticism from your paying members. How many people are like, I love Eddie Fresh?
What you say of others is often true of yourself. That might be true, but Hassan directly excoriates paying members also, and brings it up while doing it. And he's like, 50-month subscriber, I can't believe I'm getting this from you.
I have so many fucking pieces of Teddy Fresh clothing. Now I feel embarrassed to wear it. Because look at what he has become.
There's plenty of fans. Don't worry about that.
Problem. If you want to talk about it, from the perspective of psychoanalysis, the real reason why you've gone on this endless vendetta is because you can't comprehend the reality.
Bro, I just want to have a conversation. I don't want to just gish gallop forever.
Has a difference in opinion in the way that you presented yourself throughout this conflict.
Please let me just talk. You say your community has nothing to do with the harassment that I've received.
Ethan, if you
please, Hassan, let me finish a point.
If you demonstrated,
dude, you've got to let me finish a point. This is ridiculous.
I'm gonna mute you and just keep talking.
Okay, that's great. I think that means you won the debate.
Yeah. No. Listen to me.
So I'm not muted. So hold on. Let me finish. You gotta let me say something.
If you demonstrated a fraction of humility you did just now, most people would not have left your community. By the way,
I don't care that they left the community.
This whole kerfluffle has actually got me listening to my first episodes of H3 and seeing all of the clips of Gila over the years just like have such outstanding fashion sense. So even if I only give a shit on Fridays, I might give a shit on Fridays just to see like what cool shit she's got going on. You know, check out Scared to Death, see what Lindsay Cummins is doing, see what Gila's doing, just be like, goddamn right, motherfucker, kick ass.
Community, that was obvious.
You definitely do.
I've got plenty of fans.
I'm pretty sure that'll get me considered a part of any community based on the standards of like people on the internet.
Don't worry. Here, listen. You claim your community has nothing to do with the harassment, yet you said in the same breath that your chat linked you to H3 Snark, the subreddit primarily responsible for coordinating that harassment, and you pulled it up on your stream.
You have evidence that H3 Snark called CPS on you?
Did I say that?
Like random anonymous
Did I say that?
Wait.
I said they're primarily responsible for harassing me.
Who called CPS?
What the fuck? So, I don't know. Did I claim they did? You're dodging, bro. You are absolutely dodging. You claim your community has nothing to do with the harassment, yet you were browsing H3 Snark. Now, let me ask you this, Hassan. How many times have I...
Only one left to unlock. If anyone says that either of them are right or wrong as a generalized thing and a way to take away from this, I need you to walk to my house. I have a big pot of beans on the slow cooker. I need you to sit down and eat because you might be a little bit malnourished. and on the not thinking side. They're both goobers. They're both inappropriate. One of them like lashes out the second he gains an inch. The other one is Darvoing his friend and minimizing shit and deflecting in front of his audience, just consistently using Darvo on steroids. What do you want? There's a dude who's trying to like say he wants to talk about his feelings, stop talking about a genocide, when he's trying to talk about feelings, and another man that refuses to talk about feelings unless he gets to talk about a genocide. That's very much pathetic. I'm grateful that I know people that will be my friend if I don't feel like talking about a genocide before I feel about like talking about how everyone is doing in that day and seeing if they're fine and checking on the homies. I'm happy that people that I care enough about to see how my friends are doing don't become unfriendly, because I don't immediately race to that or use my platform towards every day. It's very nice.
Sydney subreddit on my show.
Have blamed virtually everyone for calling CPS. Answer my question.
What?
So you don't know who called CPS, and yet for the past couple of months you've been like, it's whoever I don't like that has called CPS.
No.
And now you're claiming that my community is responsible for it.
I think it's the tone. No, bro, what is wrong with you? Did I say your community?
A lot of things got inserted in there. The don't like thing, everything just got... Like, Mr. Piker is legitimately running this quite, like... He lashes out like a fucking petty, emotionally immature, fucking petulant shithead. And Mr. Klein takes every inch of ground he can to grandstand on every inch of ground that he's gained. It's not productive, and it's really inappropriate, but I do find Mr. Piker's behavior to be reprehensible.
Community called CPS, the harassment campaign is much more broad than that.
Yes, you're inferring it.
You can't address an actual issue, so you turn it into you're straw manning, basically. I'm saying your community is responsible for this.
No, it's not it might be a straw man, but moreover, I think it more effectively aligns with not even just a hyperbolic, sorry. It is I really do think that Mott and Bailey goes best for this one. Like, not the Gish gambiting, because yes, but how do we see the like how do we see the procession of different technique get utilized? What is on the carousel of the Gish gambit? How are we using our hyperbolic equivalency fallacy? Like, you can do those, you can do one, but instead you're using several of them to facilitate Mott and Baileying.
Participating in this harassment campaign. You said chat sent you this link, did they not?
Yeah. Did it not just say, like, did it just sound, I know he didn't, but I misheard that as you sexed chat.
So you turn it into, you're straw manning, basically. I'm saying your community is responsible for this participating in this harassment campaign. You said chat sent you this link, did they not?
Yeah.
You said chat sent you this link, did you not?
Last week, what are you talking about?
Okay, so your chat is involved with H3 Snark, which, by the way, funnily enough, the new Snark page is called Leftovers H3, and it's got a picture of you in the avatar.
A shout out. Shout out to Leftovers H3.
It's got a picture of you, Hassan.
I don't think he's appropriate, and right there, he just, like, that is hammering it into me.
You don't need to shout him out. You're already doing it. Don't you think that's odd?
You did it.
No, I think it's...
Also, what do you think? Like, first of all, do you think I have any say on what fucking happens in these subreddits? What are you talking about?
But you have a say what happens in your Discord and chat, which you absolutely do not moderate. And there's so much evidence of the disgusting shit.
That's also completely fucking
Well, why
false.
did you criticize XQC for not moderating his chat when you called in?
Ethan?
Why
I can't believe you
did you criticize XQC for not moderating his chat?
Yes, XQC has actively used this community over the course of many years at this point, as he was, doing Gamba and wanted to fucking keep gambling and felt bad that I was criticizing him to attack me. Okay? There's a difference between
that's different than what your community has done. How?
What?
How is that different than your community attacking me?
You want to know how it's different? I have an 8-minute clip compilation all the way from when our podcast ended all the way to December of 2024 where I actively defend you. That is moderating my community.
I do not give a fuck about your quote-unquote defending as your community went rabid with your approval. Please spare me.
With my approval? I just told you.
It's your community, bro. You literally say in this clip that it's... let me play this clip for you because it will show...
Like, not trying to be a shithead, but, like, when it became performatively convenient, the way that Mr. Piker would speak around Mr. Klein did change.
Just what a liar, hypocrite you are.
People don't fucking like you, big dog. I don't know what to do.
Oh, they love you, huh?
What do you want me to do?
Fucking everybody loves Hassan. Everybody loves iDubbbz, too.
Ethan,
my objective is not to be liked, Hassan. That might surprise you. It might surprise you. My objective in life is not to be liked. Or I mean, it's not to specifically be liked. That is not my objective. I know that's foreign to you.
Then why? Why are you bringing any of this up? People don't like you. I can't change that. Okay? There's plenty of people who don't like me either.
My whole career has been people not liking me, but I've never experienced this level of harassment. You are unwilling to contend or concede at any point that you are.
Because I'm not responsible for it. Here, play this video, Dan.
You don't have to be responsible to be participants with something. It doesn't matter if you intended to go with your friends to rob the convenience store. If they still shot someone, you still go down for murder.
Here you go.
So
anyway, it's not about being...
No. You are aware of a thing, it's been brought up to you, you know what steps you can take from the person who says they're hurting to alleviate what they say they're going through.
Being liked either. It's about harassment, bro.
Go ahead. Show your audience, because you've been saying that I've been like...
Yeah. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
I sent it. It's embarrassing,
Dan, sorry, hold on.
especially because of the way you behave now. Ugh.
I feel like Mr. Piker would be less weaselly if Mr. Klein would stop browbeating every inch of ground he got. But who am I to tell a grown-ass man to stop fucking being sad that his family is being sent fucking abuse shit every day, that his children have CPS called on them, that his wife is being insulted, and that he's being, like, he has his employees being shat on at work by a promotion that was working with one of them that has decided to use them as a pawn. Like, who am I to tell that person to not ask their single friend who's standing as the fucking paragon to a community that has levied him to facilitate abuse that he shouldn't ask his friend? I still think it's all pathetic.
Ann is in the bathroom, so hold on. You okay?
My argument with you in that conversation where I said there's not anything I can do was literally because of the way you were presenting yourself. In the conversation that we had, you inferred that JVP was akin to capos. You said that from the river to sea Palestine will be free.
I'm not gonna let you stomach me. Again, another pathetic fucking lie. Holy shit.
You literally fucking posted about a pro-Palestinian dude on Twitter saying that he'd be thrown off of roofs like fucking Hamas is ISIS. If you say all of that, if it walks like a duck, it walks like a duck, most people are going to not think that you're a chicken. They're going to think you're a duck.
Okay. I'm not going to get sunlocked by these insane accusations. I never called them capos. That's what you said. That's part of the harassment campaign. You put those words in my mouth, and now it's something that I still hear. I have never called them capos.
Wait. So you haven't, as recently as a month ago, still called them token Jews, and that they are completely off base with the rest of the movement.
Do you have a problem with like levels? It's all or nothing. Is calling someone criticizing someone to be a token the same as calling them capos?
Why would you call Jews who are standing against genocide, which you also recognize as a genocide?
Can I play this? This is the clip.
Token Jews that are not representative of the broader movement.
They're statistically
You also called Matt Lieb a capo.
Matt Lieb's a disgusting human being who platformed Bad Empanada. Who's like you.
So you do have a problem. You do have a problem with
Matt Lieb specifically.
Jews
yes,
that you don't like, and you are. Quick
I have a problem with.
It doesn't matter if they're Jewish or not. It matters that he doesn't like them, and on what principle. If that principle were because they were Jewish, that would be something. But it's based upon their decisions. It sounds like this is very strange. Like, I'm sorry, if Mr. Piker's gonna bring in performative racialism, this is actually disgusting. Like, that is nasty.
Matt Lieb, who's platforming Bad Empanada? Yes, clearly. Is there you don't like Bad Empanada? You understand? A year ago, you were talking about how crazy he was.
But I'm not.
But suddenly, when he starts talking about me, he's your best friend. Interesting.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I think Bad Empanada is insane. But you know what? I also
and all of a sudden, you love his videos. Why is that?
Bad Empanada.
Why do you love his videos suddenly? Before you pledged never to watch his videos on stream. Why do you love them now?
Oh, because he did not want me reacting to his videos.
That is an insane, pathetic, bold-faced lie.
That's what it is. No, he said.
You literally told. Oh my god, dude.
I have.
Okay, first of all, let me play this clip of you criticizing XQC.
Okay, wait. You can't. All these other
you asked for it.
Actually,
hold on. You asked for this. Here's what you said.
Because it's not something.
Oh my god! Wait, I sent you a clip. All these other content creators actually, whipping their communities when their chat is going fucking absolutely bananas over random dumb shit and bringing my name up for no fucking reason. That you were just allowing that shit to run rampant in your chat And I thought that was fucked up. Ethan, I love you, but there's only so much I can do, especially as someone who thought we were fucking friends. I think that's a reasonable expectation for someone who you consider to be a friend.
The problem wasn't that he was so
Yeah, you have to show my clip now.
It makes sense.
Who you consider to be a friend.
The problem wasn't that he was so...
I can see their little bar beneath it. Oh, that was the content nuke. Oh my gosh, so much shit. I don't think I've watched any H3 content until the content nuke, at which point I began finding the clips, at which point I began watching it. The reason being is, like, Mr. Piker does do some things that he's not taking accountability for in this very discussion.
So,
yeah, you have to show my clip now.
It makes sense.
Okay, no.
But also that you gotta play my clip now is very demanding on the production of the other person. That's a person, that is Dan you're speaking to. You will say, "Excuse me, Mr. Dan, would you please play my clip now? Thank you very much." Please and thank you.
Great, show my clip.
Sure.
You will say, "Dan, please show my clip, sir." Mr. Dan, please. Thank you.
Show my clip that I sent Dan.
Yep, no problem.
You will ask him with kindness and respect, you hellbrand.
But you...
Did I fucking
There you
misspeak?
go. I'm gonna pull it up for you.
You will say,
Oh, yeah,
"Dan,
TikTok,
sir,
this is gonna be
please."
good. Ethan Klein debunked 7 minutes, bro. Hold on, I'm not gonna watch the 7-minute clip. What do
No,
you
you
want me
have
to
to watch
watch?
7 minutes of it.
Okay, I'll just. You think if I just play it from the beginning, they'll get the gist of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you'll get it.
Right.
And you can skip towards like the end too if you want, like towards the
By
middle.
the way, this has 1,000 likes, bro. Are you name searching yourself or what?
No, the person who made it sent it to me.
Oh, okay. Nice. I guess it's hard hitting.
Ethan is a mega Zionist. You are wrong.
For a year straight, for 7 minutes and 30 seconds.
Okay. Trust me. I don't think.
Sorry, my thoughts were, oh my gosh, it's not about how many times you defend him, it's about how you lump his criticisms in with the criticisms of people you love much more harshly, and that you've jumped to an extreme way of explaining people and their perspectives just as a way to fucking do basic analysis. And instead of being able to ratchet that back for a second and delineate between your friend who you're trying to like speak for emotionally, you've now wrapped him into a decade to a nearly century-long genocide, which has had no hope of letting up, and now you're pushing someone away when they ask you to stand up on shit for their family. This is fucking pathetic. Those were my thoughts. That's why I shut the fuck up and just shook my head and sit there. That's why we're here. It's that I had to think that out loud and in my head quiet.
You know, I don't think you know many Zionists if you think Ethan is a mega Zionist. Not even close, dude. Time and time.
Funnily enough, that's still true.
Again, I've spoken about how Ethan is not your enemy. A person who cries when a Palestinian child dies is not your enemy. Okay? He's not. I've said these exact words.
He also made a comparative to how he used to feel when he thought Ethan cared because he cried, and now how he feels deceived.
Words over and over again.
So
the problem is that your community is obviously unhinged, and if you don't defend me, my community is going to get mad at you. It's definitely just an optics play, which, by the way, you never stuck to.
Shut up. Keep playing.
Let me guess. It's more videos of you defending me?
Keep playing. Enough. I told
you will say, "Excuse me, Dan, would you please keep playing it, sir?"
People in this community and people everywhere that will listen to what I have to say, that you have to choose who you're actually angry at. There are people who are so loud and so proud.
You can have a 7-minute TikTok
about the ethnic cleansing campaign the Palestinians are experiencing currently.
Yo, I'm learning shit today.
Go yell at them. He's been shitting on you on his members-only streams. I don't care. I don't care. Bro literally shot on you yesterday and his coworker for saying from the river to the sea, sorry, dog. I don't care. I
watched a minute of it. I really don't give a fuck what you said.
Keep going. No,
why?
No.
It's
Come
7
on, we
minutes
watched
long,
a
bro.
lot of your clips.
Spare the
Keep going.
audience.
This is about you. Go on.
What are we going to glean from watching longer
Keep
of
playing.
He said you don't need to watch the whole thing, and now he's just gonna push you. Can you at least say how long?
Keep playing it. This is just November 1st.
Nah, I don't want to
go
finish
to the middle.
it. I know what it is. You talk kindly about... Okay, here, I'll go to the middle for you, okay?
You think I'm not moderating my fucking community?
You
think
absolutely
I'm
are
not trying
not.
to get people to stop
No.
yelling about you at that
okay,
point?
let me go to the middle so you can have your thing, and then we'll move on.
And it frustrates me to no fucking end.
January 2024? No, that's a different part of the year. That's still, like, irrelevant timing. He hasn't ratcheted it up against his friend until after it became effective for him to describe to people who don't have the patience to sit through longer form delineation. when it became more pressing to not let up consistently I almost said ramekining. Like a ramekin? That's so weird. Consistently nagging until people's pain gets seen. That's different at the moment. So this is halfway through. Unless it's not chronological. This is my point, is that the reason this can't be detached from the genocides ratcheting up is because he's saying my fifis are hurt. Mr. Klein... Fuck it, hold on. I'll hide the goddamn game. 1 second. Okay. Mr. Klein is saying, hey, my fifis are hurt. I need to talk about my fifis. Mr. Piker is saying, okay, bro, but I need to talk about a genocide with you. And that wasn't... Mr. Klein was the only one who has had to defend that he has been speaking about the genocide since before it ratcheted up. Mr. Piker gets to talk about how he always covers politics. Mr. Klein gets ignored for that, for a similar bit of data with a different context. Mr. Piker has been getting very loosey-goosey with his language since October 2024. This is January. Mr. Klein has explicitly been asking for the decoupling of their interpersonal woo-woo bullshit and the death of millions of children so they can talk about their fifis without it being about children. So to take clips from before, we have the countless deaths of many children doesn't serve the purpose of showing Mr. Piker's inability to protect his friends after the ratcheting up of a genocide that has involved the death of many children, as this is from January. Also, I need to be quite transparent. Dates are not a strong suit for me, so having to check that January and October are different, and even keeping track of the years is sometimes hard. That's at least manageable for me, and I'm an absolute ignorant bitch, and I don't know nothing about and shit about shit. And even I can do that.
I've told you this time and time again in this time frame.
So I'm just
like
saying.
I kept telling you, Ethan is not your enemy over and over again. That's why I love iDubbbz, Ethan as well. People that have actually changed course, recognize their mistakes.
Okay, I mean, yeah, we get.
This is February.
We get the idea. It's fine. You know what I mean? You're the best friend ever. By the way.
Whoa.
No.
This was my creator class 3
You were just screaming, play the video. You told me to
said
shut
I wasn't
up.
moderating my community and claiming that
you screamed to shut up and play the video. So I'm going to ask you to return the favor at this moment. You claimed that you didn't watch. Here's what you said about Bad Empanada. You lied to me and said you don't watch his videos because he asked you not to. Magically, when he started talking about me, you became his biggest fan, and you watch his videos on your stream regularly, which has resulted in an explosion of his popularity. Here's what you said about him a year before this conflict.
Banana video on
nice
the
shirt,
stream.
by the way.
I'm just letting you guys know. If you think I'm gonna fucking watch a YouTube essay from a dude literally openly antagonistic,
my cardiologist told me to reduce stress in my life. Glad leftovers came back. I can finally sit down and unwind to my favorite podcast, Ellipses, bro. As a Roman Catholic, I firmly believe anyone who watched the entire 5-hour debate will get their time in purgatory cut in half. Y'all, we are healing together. Y'all, we're giving commentary with this shit too, brother. Don't even fuck with me.
Okay. You're making the clip unwatchable.
Mine, okay? You think I want him to write?
Bro, it's just a minute long. You can chill for a minute.
Yeah, I just turned it down and let them argue.
Will come. Thanks for watching.
Will come? Who will come? I'ma help your daddy comes or not, bruh. Boy, I'ma help your daddy comes or not. It's funny, because he's probably older than my dad, so he should take it as like... I mean, I was raised in deep proximity to Irish Catholic folk.
Free Palestine. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, go support this dipshit that I do appreciate, regardless of my disagreements with him.
That's you now.
On his optics and the ways that he conducts himself with regular frequency. Because ultimately, his product, his YouTube essays, as a standalone entity, is always solid. Rick's such a fucking freak, dude. Oh my lord, he is such a goddamn freak. He is the most insane person. He has like 7,000 accounts. I just said I have an official blockade on Bad Empanada videos on this broadcast while I'm live. That's number one. And number two, he's not just me.
While he's live. Also, it looks like he was saying that H-Bomber guy has 7,000 fucking accounts.
On Twitter. He is a psychopath, okay? The idea that he's just...
correct. By the way, the guy who's a psychopath, who's not just mean on Twitter, who has 7,000 accounts, as you say, is somebody that you gleefully platform his videos about me. So I'm just saying, your community doesn't do harassment, right? Let's just promote Bad Empanada, who literally exists to harass people by your own fucking definition.
Can we really get through 2 hours of this?
He's ridiculous. He is not just...
Is this going to be a 3-day reaction? No reaction. Do I have that timestamp? I like how I have to type no to find Nova. That's very...
No reaction.
That's very apropos for this Discord moderator ass motherfucker. And I don't even say that for the reason that a lot of other people say it. Like, yo, home skillet McBillet. I don't care how people are built. I do, on the other hand, they keep getting, like, they serially do inappropriate shit with the youth. That's why they seem like the fucking fedora wearing, suspenders wearing, like, stunted and unaware Discord moderator homunculus that comes to mind when I say all those words together. This, on the other hand...
But a fighter pilot on the run doesn't rely on his eyes alone. In a jam, he's got a couple of tricks to help him out.
Chaff, flares, deceive, and deflect.
Chaff is essentially tinfoil confetti.
Tinfoil hat confetti, brother.
No, you're doing it right now.
Most insane person on Twitter. Yeah, let me go watch a video about a dude who constantly talks about how I'm fucking a reactionary fake socialist because I watch people's videos. That seems like a good idea. It's age restricted, which means there's like TOS violations galore in there. Fucking Bad Empanada. The cringiest, like, classic angry leftist who never shuts the fuck up and is just angry at the entire planet. Anyway, let's continue.
Is he a terrorist? He's an Arab in Yemen. Why else would he be a terrorist, right?
Someone who, by the way, yes, you're. By the way, you couldn't even watch a fucking.
I'm looking for timestamps.
Minute video of me actually defending you to your audience because that would kind of betray the narrative.
It's almost done. It's almost done. It's almost
He would
done.
perhaps benefit tremendously if I did watch his YouTube videos on this channel, but I'm never gonna fucking do that.
So you said he would benefit tremendously if I watched him, but I will never fucking do that until he starts shitting on Ethan. By the way, my community doesn't harass people.
That's not true. Let me explain to you
absolutely, provably, empirically true.
Do you want to hear my perspective, or do you want to fucking just keep playing clips that your production team put together? Okay, so Bad Empanada.
Sorry for preparing.
No, there's no problem with that. I mean, you're still doing a horrible job at it, but it's all good.
We'll see.
So, Bad Empanada, he's crazy. I still say that. He attacks me all the fucking time. He says I'm a Jewish exceptionalist Zionist, okay? Like,
yeah, I didn't know a shit about H3. I'm probably gonna leave like this. Way more inclined to tune in on Fridays to see what Gila's got going on for a hairstyle. At least across the years. Like, Mr. Piker does some wild shit, bro.
There's disagreements that I have with Bad Empanada. There's disagreements with his tactics, as I've shown in that video, as I've said in that video. There's disagreements with the...
Vosh just wants to be a horse and fuck people.
The way he presents himself. But if you notice in that video, I also said something.
Which is also cringe. But at least it's like not forcing Nick to watch like terror propaganda live on Twitch cringe. There's that.
On YouTube, okay? His work on his YouTube essays.
That man has gone through too much. Don't you even dare. He has like been threatened with getting like dress poop on him. Yo, no.
You want me to get on your deal?
So you're saying that at the moment there is poop.
I have to shit and I can't shit. That's just how it fucking works.
Dr. Disrespect gifted.
This stream is a whole bunch of clones of me.
I was flamed by a new frock for being poor and not.
Oh no, Dr. Disrespect got gifted on that one, which makes it more just disruptful to society.
No reaction.
Unfortunately. That
Stands
exists.
alone. Bad Empanada.
What about his videos
YouTube
attacking me?
essays,
Are those is that
especially
part
when
of
it's issue-specific,
his great body
Bad
of work?
Empanada on his YouTube essays, especially when it's issue specific, are actually very instructive.
Then why are you watching
very
ones called
informative.
Ethan Klein is a Zionist baby killer? Why are you watching that one? Is that part of his master body of collection? Is that part of the Criterion collection there, buddy?
Yes.
Why does Bad... Okay, it is good. Why does Bad Empanada role-play hunting Ela and killing her in video games?
Have I ever said that I think that's appropriate?
I think... No, of course not. But what you are doing is endorsing this guy.
Do I agree with you that Bad Empanada is crazy and also does crazy shit because he's a fucking scraggly internet troll who is, once again, as a separate, you know, you like to compartmentalize Israel proper from doing a genocide. I like to compartmentalize the content that I'm consuming from a guy who I do think is doing well-sourced, well-researched YouTube essays, who also happens to be a fucking freak.
Ethan
who literally
Klein is a Zionist dog, and by the way, I want to kill his wife.
The reason why that blockade ended, and I've watched other videos that are not related to you from Bad Empanada in the past on this broadcast as well.
How many?
The reason why that blockade ended
How many have you watched not about me?
What?
How many videos of his have you watched that are not about me?
I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. No idea. Maybe one?
I've watched a fuck ton, though. I've watched a fuck ton of Bad Empanada videos.
And are most of them about me?
No, not all of them are about me.
Actually, this segues perfectly. You claim I'm obsessed with you. That's part of the narrative, right?
This is me claiming that, Ethan. I think at this point, a lot of people see it, right?
Very good. Well, let's see. Let's see.
Can we please talk about the allegations where everyone keeps calling a man with a neurological disorder a nice family man, a nice Jewish family man with a neurological disorder? They keep accusing him of being on coke because reasons. And then also they keep sending CPS to his home. Can we talk about the calling a nice man with a neurological disorder insane or crazy? Can we talk about the allegations, please? Talk about the allegation. This is why I am watching.
Well, I gotta refresh this.
For
so here's an
Blimp
example from one of these clip channels. These are all different clips, right? Over a 2-month period, there's edited down 24 hours of you talking about me. 24 hours. That's over the.
These are most likely.
Hold on.
These are fan channels.
Let me. Over 60-day period. That's 24 minutes per day.
Ethan, these are fan channels. This is disingenuous. You're presenting the same. You're presenting.
Okay, first of all, I'm just showing how much you talk about me on stream. Second of all, that the fan channel defense is a. Let me finish. The fan channel thing is a clever part of your disinformation campaign to avoid any responsibility. And the fact is, if I wanted to show all your fan channels, this is how many fucking videos was uploaded about me in the last 22 days. You think that's regular? You think that's regular?
Ethan, I have no control over my fan channels. What do you mean? You're literally showing the same. I say one thing on
66
on my Twitch
videos
stream.
about me.
I say one thing on my Twitch stream. Fan channels make the video of the same thing
and you
over and over
love
again.
it. It's all part, so you don't ever have to accept responsibility.
A lot more than it actually is, but it's actually the same fucking video.
Yeah. No. Well, so yeah, this is the total. No.
It's the same moment.
No. This has the same moments. The last one does not.
Same moment multiplied.
No,
Go
this
back
one
to
does
the
not have
photo.
this. No, this one does not have the same moments. This one is unique. Times you talked about me on your stream. Well, why are you to deny that you talked about me for 24 hours of unedited content the past 2 months, 24 minutes per day, 7 days a week?
For the past 2 months.
Yes, 24 minutes a day.
I don't deny that, probably.
Okay, so
because I think you are up until this very moment, you have presented yourself as someone who is actually playing a formative role in deplatforming pro-Palestinian content creators. That was the reason why I'm having this conversation with you. Also, now, I'm glad that you brought up the obsession.
Do you think this is reasonable?
I have some numbers as well.
Hold on, you're accusing me of being obsessed, Hassan. Is this reasonable? Or is this obsessed behavior? At what point does it become obsessed behavior? At 30 minutes per day? Because I don't talk about you that much, not even close.
Ethan, I have some information as well to present to you.
Go ahead. And by the way, just take this in, okay?
On your Instagram stories alone, since January 1st, 2025. Hold on. Let me pull this up really quickly. You have on your Instagram stories,
Hassan is like...
not including clips, since January 31st, you have mentioned me 110 times.
What? Based on what? I don't believe that.
On your Instagram
hold on.
story
From what period of time?
January 31st.
Hold on. Since what date?
No, that's you, not fan channel.
I'm asking you for what date?
Instagram.
What's your date? What's the date? I'm asking.
January 31st.
2023?
Since January 31st on your Instagram stories.
What year?
Not including clips.
What year?
You have mentioned
what year?
me. 2025.
So you're saying I storied about you 100 times this year? That's an absolute fucking lie. Show me the evidence of that. Show me your evidence. I've got pictures. What do you got? I talked about you 110 times. Show me.
Broken.
You have basically 1.2 posts per day about me, 9 stories per week.
Where are you? Show me the evidence.
We tabulated it. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the dump. Oh, no.
Son,
It's shocking. It shocked you, it seems.
Sure, yeah. But this somehow this isn't a somehow, by the way, this doesn't surprise you. 66 videos about me in the last 2 months. They're not my channels. They operate with your approval, under your direction. It's part of your disinfo campaign to avoid responsibility. It's so obvious.
Within the context. It's almost always within the context of you literally.
I have like seen so much more of Mr. Piker's content, and I am leaving this wholly just batting for Mr. Klein. I hope he fucking, I want to see, it's like my, you know when fucking, holy shit, okay. You know how as much as we want to see Carl win, it's like hilarious when Billy wins.
Fucking Hostweet, when are we in agreement?
Hassan, you say.
Hey guys, it's Carl here. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a simple and easy approach you can do if you're looking to overcome your fear of approaching women. Excuse me guys, sorry to bother you. I just wanted to say I think you are really, really cute. Have a good night. It's all right. It makes the situation less intense for you and also for the woman as well. Called an opening buffer. Now, this is something that basically makes the approach less intense initially. So, for example, you come up and say, hey guys, sorry, I don't mean to bother you, but. Or, hey guys, I don't mean to sound weird, but. So it basically makes the situation less intense for you. Guys, let me know if you have any questions or comments. Let me know how this goes. And also, always remember the most important thing if you're looking to get over your approach anxiety.
Personally, I don't think he ate that thing.
No reaction.
Stupid, and I said my
You're
video is
streaming
bad,
it, bro.
wait.
You're streaming the hate videos. You're streaming. This is what you stream. I make a
Ethan, your
story.
entire fucking stream is a hate video. What are you talking about? Your entire subreddit is a hate subreddit against me, which is fine. You want to do that, you can do that. That's precisely the reason why Reddit literally got back to you when you fucking cried to them about the snark channels and said, what are you talking about? You basically have a harassment channel on Reddit. How are you complaining about this? Not only that, but you also tried to sue anonymous Redditors to dox them.
When did I try to sue? Whoa.
You wanted to dox them to their families.
Hold it up.
Okay, no, this is talking to a bunch of people who are like, no. He's doing the Andrew Tate where he knows he's talking to, in large portion, a large amount of children that don't know what the fuck's going on. And is like, yeah, no, it's doxing to go into a court fucking case. No, we go read court documents. If you've ever been in court, your whole bit, everything about you, from your name to your phone number, if it got brought up for that case, that's public information, unfortunately. Welcome to the States. Local elections.
What? This is on your...
Maybe they'll eventually give you enough pressure to protect your data. I don't fucking know. Maybe your great-grandkids will have some private data.
Redditors.
I want more juice. I had cranberry juice. I want more.
Anonymous Redditors, knowing full well that they would be scared into submission. You also posted about that on your Instagram stories.
Can anonymous Redditors defame you and harass you? Can anonymous posters who literally posted fake, they doctored posts, posted it on our subreddit saying I was banning people who are wishing a happy Ramadan. Okay, and that went viral.
I don't even know what the deal was. I don't even know what the fuck that was about.
Well, it's an outright lie.
Hold
on, dude. Let me respond.
Did you not get your lawyer?
You need to stop because I'm gonna.
Did you not get your lawyer to try to bully, extort people? There are anonymous Redditors.
Who's extorting?
They said some shit about you.
Bro, let me answer. Are you just going to fucking?
Okay.
Okay. You want to make this interview unwatchable? Is that your goal? Yeah.
Go on.
Kind of, right? So let me talk.
I have rice and beans waiting in the kitchen, by the way.
These anonymous posters, okay, were showing pictures of the front of our office, organizing to meet there. They were...
What?
I know you haven't seen it, but it's true. They have documented... I have proof of them faking a post saying I was banning people wishing Ramadan that was posted to start, that went viral in your community. It was picked up by people in your community, leftist Twitter, TikTok, etc. It was an outright lie. It was defamation. And by the way, those people should be held accountable.
One instance where I've talked about you, Ramadan, whatever the fuck.
I'm explaining the context, dude. You're accusing me of something.
I'm this moment. What are you talking about?
Bro, you're unreal. I'm explaining the context. How's that weird?
Unreal Tournament?
You accuse me of something. I'm explaining why.
Because you're saying that I'm responsible for this when I have no fucking clue.
No, I'm not.
What you're talking about. I only saw the litigation.
Hassan, is it ever okay to sue a random Redditor for a reason? Is there ever a good reason?
There could be.
Okay, very good. Well, they were fucking...
Do you think? Okay.
Okay,
about
well,
this
great.
instance,
It's not that crazy then.
One of the Redditors that you sued...
I didn't sue anyone.
Not
First
only
of all,
did you sue for copyright infringement, but
Hassan,
in
you're
the process...
He said he didn't sue. then we need to change this narrative.
So hold on, you're lying. So
or address it.
Process of suing them for copyright infringement, your lawyer demanded such insane things. Your only option to avoid litigation, you provide our office with all correspondence you've had with the moderators of H3 Snark. You provide our office with all correspondence you've had with other H3 Snark users. You provide our office with all correspondence you have had with Reddit. What does that mean?
Do you know why?
You provide our office with information regarding the identities of H3 Snark moderators.
Do you know why?
What does that mean? And then your
I'm
lawyer
trying to
says,
tell you. You just asked me,
not-
what does it mean, bro?
If you do not or cannot satisfy all 5 conditions, TEI will sue you for copyright infringement and misrepresentation.
Okay, so first of all,
does your lawyer think that you can just like make people dance?
All right.
If they
do you
got them on a
want to
copyright
have
claim?
a conversation, or do you want to just talk uninterrupted? I mean, that's what you do every day. Let's have a conversation. Okay. All right.
Sure.
Do you know why we sent them that letter?
I don't.
Well, I mean, do you think that the context might be important?
Sure.
Do not be friends with content creators.
Okay, so then what the fuck are you doing?
Like, the moment their name brings in money and they have to pay taxes with their shit, don't be friends with them. Don't trust anybody. First off, especially internet people. But also, don't befriend content creators.
I'm listening. I'm waiting for you to explain.
Oh, hell no.
Well, just like you didn't explain why you had 110 Instagram stories, by the way. Which was shocking to even you.
By the way, these people were committing continual copyright infringement. They were posting clips with the stated intention, Hassan, of stealing views from us. This person, we took down the DMC post, and they erroneously.
Views from you how? By
I'm
posting?
sorry. Do you want me to respond? This person
stealing views from you how?
Because they
by
say
posting on Reddit.
Yes. Duh. What the fuck are you talking about? Really?
So you're admitting that you literally filed a fucking frivolous.
Really are stupid.
A frivolous copyright infringement lawsuit.
Do you know what a lawsuit?
Fair use.
Do you know the difference between a letter and a lawsuit?
Filed a frivolous lawsuit to try and stop people from criticizing you on Reddit.
That's gonna be clipped before he can even fucking engage it.
Did I say
Do you know how many people criticize me on my Reddit?
I didn't say
you know
criticize.
How many people criticize me on your Reddit?
Oh my god, this is so
Imagine if I
pointless.
was fucking suing them.
Bro,
how much would you talk about that?
You know what? I want to ask you something. They're posting paywalled content and saying, watch it here so that you don't support Ethan. Okay? Spare me. Now let me ask you a question because this is fucking dumb. Okay? You always say that whenever first of all, let me give you a stat. You've watched 11
It's reviewing paid content and it's not educational. It's not critique, it's not criticism, and it's not analysis. It's not educational. And it's paywalled content. If it's unreactionary at all, no, I'm sorry, you have to do something to that. Like, you can do the bare minimum. That's just, like, y'all, Internet Archive got a lot of flack because they allowed multiple people to check out the same book during the pandemic. And then afterwards, they had a systemic data breach. So, or they got their shit pissed on. I don't know how deep it went. I know that they did lose so they did get access to a lot of their, like, workflow fucked. So yes, that is an appropriate phrasing. Good enough.
been hate videos about
They're fucking,
me since this has started. Do you know how many I've watched about you on stream?
Your whole stream is
Zero.
a hate video.
Simplistic?
Zero. I've had zero people hold my hand through some obscene hate videos. You've watched 11 of them. Now let me ask you this. Whenever I make a response to these videos, for example, the content cop, you say you don't have time because you need to get to the news, which is something important. Then how the fuck do you have 19 hours straight, uninterrupted, to watch 11 hate videos, but you're not willing to show my response? Don't you think that's a bit cowardly?
No, I don't.
Wow,
because what's cowardly is ducking me for the past
Ducking you? I'm
4
sitting in
months.
front of you.
When you dropped the content nuke, I said I'm willing to talk to you, and you knew it wasn't going to look good, as today has demonstrated.
I said just
and that's
watch
precisely why you tried to add additional
watch the
qualifications
video.
to it, like, oh, just watch my.
It was one qualification.
My video, just watch my video.
That's super reasonable. Why the fuck would I have a conversation with you about a video you haven't seen?
Because it's me. I'm speaking. I know.
You don't know someone's thoughts on you, and if it's this hard to talk to you because you sound like a petulant fucking man-child, holy shit.
Not a biography. You understand that, right? Do you understand the difference between a biography?
I would hate to hang out with any of these people. Okay. Mr. Klein's wife has cool hair stuff going on. I'd probably be able to just, like, make him derail into talking about her cool hair shit.
Biography and a video that's critical of your positions. Do you understand the difference? Hold on. Do you understand? Because I'm not sure you understand.
What's interesting,
it's
for
not
all
a
the people who are
biography,
tuning in
Hassan. It's
right
not
now-
about the points in your life, about your mom and your dad and growing up with your family. I'm making specific arguments that I've articulated that you have not seen. So how the
Very
fuck...
poorly. by the way.
How do you know that? You haven't watched it.
Because I'm talking to you.
Because I've watched
And
11
you
hate
haven't-
videos.
And you haven't articulated a single good point yet. But
by the way,
because you don't listen to him, and when he tries to talk with you about it, you silence him.
I said I would debate you if you watched it. It's very simple.
I'll tell you why.
You were dodging as fuck.
Because I responded to your context nuke before the nuke came out.
What you can't provide, by the way.
There's a video on my channel. There's a video on my channel that I urge all of you who are interested to go and watch. It is sitting at like, what, 600,000 views? Not that many people watch it as opposed to the content nuke, okay? In that video, you will notice that months prior to Ethan's context puke, months prior to that, I addressed every single claim he made in his video.
How do you know that?
Do I have the capacity to...
You didn't watch the video.
Do I have the capacity
so
to see
where'd you
the
get the
feature?
list? Do someone send you a list of all my points?
How?
Why not
How
just
did
watch
I
the video
answer all
then?
of his
Why not
questions?
just watch the video? It seems
Wait,
cowardly.
can I get a list
I don't
of
want
all
to watch
your
the video.
points?
Just send me
Can
a
I get a
list
list
of
of
all
all
the
your
things. So
points,
I don't want to
Ethan?
get my feelings hurt, and maybe
Ethan,
he's making a good point.
You have, in
Why
the
not watch the
cringiest ways
video?
possible, considered yourself to be Kendrick Lamar in this beef, this one-sided beef that you created initially.
That's
That I
right.
didn't respond to until you tried to deplatform me and people who are pro-Palestine, okay?
You didn't try to deplatform pro-Palestine people. Like, I'm here, Nicholas Diorio's still streaming. I don't know, man.
Who cannot, by the way,
He spoke about a few specific people who, in addition to being pro-Palestine, are also fervently violent and really inappropriate.
being pro-Palestine means you are infallible and can never be criticized. That's awesome logic. You want to talk about the content nuke, Hassan? Hassan, you want to talk about the content nuke? Can you name one clip that was out of context? You called it context puke. Name one clip that was taken out of context. Go ahead.
Watch my video and you'll find out.
Name one.
Watch my video.
Go ahead. It's about me.
No, I'm kidding. I'll show you. Okay, so one of the best examples that we were initially going to get to, and then we went on a long, drawn-out sequence over
what's out of
sexual
context
assaults, is that
what's the video name so we can all watch it? Did he ever give any of us the name? He gave us numbers. He never gave us a name.
Palestine means you are infallible and can never be criticized. Name one.
Watch my video.
Go ahead. It's about me.
No, I'm kidding. I'll show you. Okay, so one of the best examples that we were initially going to get to, and then we went on a long, drawn-out sequence over
what's out of
sexual
context
assaults, is that one of the clips that you used in your context nuke was the claim that I deny rapes happen. It was from
I showed evidence. That wasn't out of context. That was an opinion.
At the time, that thing that you clipped, where me being like, rapes happening do not change the dynamic for me, which was about.
We talked about this, bro. Can we please talk about something else? It's exhausting.
That argument.
I wish they would stop talking about the murder of children and rape. It's supposed to be about Mr. Klein's fifis. Hi, if any of you are like fucking silly and think that this was supposed to be about a nearly century-long conflict, you're very wrong. Mr. Piker has been using a century-long conflict, a multi-decade conflict, to not engage speaking to a friend. He's been using a conflict to cover ass because he can't talk to a friend.
Quite literally.
Why?
Was
going over this again,
defending the likelihood of rape happening, Ethan. Do you feel like that was an appropriate way to show that was a rape denier?
Bro. It literally wasn't out of context. What else do you have? I
Do you feel like
I showed you
that wasn't out of context?
How was it out of context? How was it out of context?
Because that was an argument that I was having with a chatter who was saying, why don't you deny that rapes have happened? And I was saying, there is a likelihood that they might have happened because rapes are actually commonplace. Sexual assaults commonplace in conflicts in general. So without evidence, I am not going to immediately dismiss these claims.
So here,
do you feel like that was sufficient to show that I was actually that I was actually at that moment saying,
I think I showed sufficient evidence, yes. But the video's an hour and 40 minutes long. It's very long. That's one example. That's one small. What else is out of context? Go on.
Okay, great. All right, let me give you the master list, okay? If you want to watch the context of it, we can also go through these videos as well, or you can just take my word for it, up to you. What do you want to do? You want to go through the videos one by one, or do you want to...
Give me examples that was out of context.
Okay. One of the other things that you've consistently done, aside from also the dude that you claimed was my fan, who now you admit wasn't my fan, that you falsely said was my fan.
Jiminy fucking cricket.
Okay, was...
Criminy.
The usage of the term inbred. I use inbred as a what?
Because I have that. Because I knew you were going to do this, and I have the clip pulled. Let's play it, and then you can
play it. The Jewish KKK brigades out there, just a bunch of fucking inbred hicks. Imagine the most inbred white supremacist guy you can imagine. Okay, every week there was another fucking psychopathic settler, inbred fucking douchebag. Oh, these inbred fucking douchebags.
He's just using the content nuke, the context puke. He's just using the fucking same thing that he couldn't I think the funniest part is every time Mr. Piker treats it like it's some weird shit, they're not showing what the context of the video is. It's that they keep using the content nuke.
It's in the background, dude. A nation entirely comprised of messianic, inbred,
Entirely comprised of
orthodox psychopaths. That these inbred don't understand. Educated, inbred, fundamentalist hicks.
Calling us in the middle of campus, calling us inbred, that we have no culture. One of them grabbed my friend's Israeli flag in the middle of campus, carried it to a mob by the gate that were communicating with the angry mobs outside of campus.
Untrained, inbred asses shipped into southern Lebanon, telling us that we are all inbred and that we have no culture.
You want to?
You gotta watch these clips.
Inbred, 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 inbred.
And that's not necessarily the algorithm.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and defend your continual use of the word inbred to describe Jewish people. Go on.
Wait, do you think I'm describing all Jewish people as inbred? Is that what your assessment is?
He said entirely comprised of for a country.
Here?
Microaggressions, my friend. We're pretending they don't exist.
Shut up, dude. Come
you
on.
continually refer to Jewish people as inbred.
You are such a pussy. Oh my god. Yeah, dude. Of course I'm calling the fucking Kahanis, Jewish supremacist settlers, inbred. Why is it that you...
But he said a nation entirely comprised of and is actively conflating that with like every person in the nation after trying to say that there's nuance. This is disgusting.
You tried to defend the actual Kahanis settlers that were destroying.
This is just a constant downward sled of conflation and backpedal, and it's absolutely fucking, it's horrendous and just fucking egregious. Holy shit. I'm glad I'm making cozy food.
That were destroying humanitarian aid when I was calling them fuck.
And by the way, my mom didn't make it for me because she's dead. I made it myself, and she'd be proud of me because it looks tasty. And she taught me the value of slow cooking on the weekend and also doing food prep. So since I also have bok choy, I'll be rendering it down. So little things like chopping off the backs, like, you know, boiling some of them, making sure the rest are entirely washed and dried, set to dry, put up in somewhere cold, you know, just that kind of, just grocery stuff. You know, just like a little bell of bok choy a day to keep the fucking shitstorm away.
Fucking inbred. You were like, oh, why? They're just nice young Jewish boys, you said, when describing that fucking video.
That's what people said when they kidnapped the Jewish and Romani boys that were used for the studies to qualify to misutilize human life and make criteria for Asperger's. That also set people with needs getting set back for quite a while, because Asperger's was only really validated to approve against kidnapped and abused Jewish and Romani boys. But you know, that's life. What's up?
Yo, did you? So again, Hassan, you have a chronic problem with the truth. Here's what you're talking about.
Douchebags in the background,
these are just
dude.
dudes. By the way, this is the difference between me and Hassan.
When
I get criticized, I pull it up and I watch the fucking criticism. Hassan opens Comrade KC tweets and Snark posts and reads their interpretation of my video. Talk about being a pussy. You need people to hold your hands. Let's fucking be real here.
Yeah, I'm so scared of you. That's why I wanted to debate you.
And this is an ongoing like joke with this community. These are just fucking benign dudes. Just I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
This is like such an in-depth reactive reactions.
It looks like they're doing charity or something. It looks like they've got water or boxes or something, like they're helping. And he's going, oh, look at these inbred fucks. It's like, bro, who are you? What are you? By the way, even if they're doing whatever bad, you're still calling Jewish people inbred repeatedly. You understand that, right? Rubs off on
they're
people.
Fucking Nazis,
that doesn't make it
What's
any
wrong
less
with you? They're
That's fucked up.
Participating single-handedly in a genocide.
Continually the Jewish people as inbred, bro. You don't think.
And he's referring to a photo of Jewish people without context as Nazis.
That can affect people.
I call all racist right-wing reactionaries inbred. It's one of the fucking.
He just said a whole nation of inbred solely. And he's just still going down on calling a whole nation of people racist and inbred? Oh, that's disgusting.
terms that I can use that isn't
I
like.
do like these fucking toy guns in the background. They're very cute. He must be watching those new Some Ordinary Gamers VODs and getting quite jelly about how that man has a gun in the background interchanging with his fucking Steam Deck sometimes.
Immediately
How about one that doesn't feed into like an anti-Semitic trope?
insensitive.
Why did you laugh when that guy said that people were calling them inbred on campus? Why was that funny?
What do you mean? Because it's a fucking crybully claiming that
Crybully?
he was
walking
harassment.
through campus.
What?
He was walking through campus. How's he a crybully?
No, he's a crybully for going on Fox to be like, I was under attack. I was victimized once again.
What was the bully aspect?
What do you mean? When someone
to be a crybully, there needs to be a bully aspect. Where's the bully aspect?
Have you literally left your goddamn Bel Air mansion for a second and looked at the news? Do you know what's going on? An entire year of genocide side by side with.
It's more than a year. It's closer to 400 plus days. Because I started streaming on Thanksgiving. So yeah, it's like 450 days of genocide.
People claiming that
because I've been streaming for like a little bit wait, hold on. No, like 480, 490-ish days of genocide. Back-to-back coverage. Every day.
Are being victimized on college campuses has now led to the fucking Gestapo literally packing up pro-Palestinian student activists. You don't think that those fucking dipshits play a role in that on Fox News of all places? What the fuck is wrong with you? Of course you're not pro-Palestine. This is the reason why nobody thinks you're.
I'm so sorry. Hassan has just gone from like calling a photo of Jewish people Israeli to saying that a whole nation of people are inbred to calling people in that photo racist to he streamed this on Twitch. How is he not banned?
Pro-Palestine, okay? Because
y'all should make him make a public apology like y'all made Asmongold do.
Dumb shit, because you can't fucking see the world outside of how you feel slighted by.
So you're saying people think I'm pro-Palestine
Give
because
this man 2 weeks.
I don't like your repeated use of the word inbred against Jews?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you're running.
One time I told someone they were putting words in my mouth and they didn't fancy that phrasing, and I've never said that phrasing to them again when I felt a similar thing. I instead say in more accurate ways precisely what I think's going on, and now we don't have problems with that kind of thing, you know?
Defense for Kahanists who are literally
I'm not defending them.
Nazis.
I'm attacking you. How is me saying why
you are fucking crying about me
And before we forget, right? The arguer advances controversial position. Hold on. Controversial position, but when challenged, insisted only the more modest position is being advanced. Upon retreating to the mot, the arguer may claim that the Bailey has not been refuted because the critic refused to attack the mot, or that the critic is unreasonable by equating an attack on the Bailey with an attack on the mot. A mot and Bailey fallacy is where an arguer conflates two positions that share similarities, one modest and easy to defend, and one much more controversial and harder to defend. The Bailey. Yes.
Guys, sorry to interrupt you guys. I don't want to bother you. I just want to say I thought you were really, really cute.
She
just want
is
to
the
say
most
that.
beautiful person I've ever seen, so I
Agreed. Thank you. See you guys.
No reaction.
Personally, I don't think he ate that thing. It looks.
Put some Cholula on that thing.
Calling Nazis inbred in the process of them destroying humanitarian aid, going into Gaza.
See, I feel like this is an easy layup. All you've got to do is show that Mr. Piker just conflates any Jewish people with Israel and calls them Nazis.
All the clips.
And then you're going, they look like kind boys.
Yeah, I took it back immediately.
They look like nice boys that were just holding the humanitarian aid. How do you assume that
I literally took it back immediately.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I admit I was wrong and took it back immediately when I learned the context. Do you know how that works?
Oh my God, there's a lot more. Do you want to keep going?
Have you
piece by piece?
No, it's fucking boring.
Now it's boring.
Because because you're a chronic liar.
Well,
I went back.
Maybe I wasn't afraid of the context nuke. Okay?
I went back.
Maybe I wasn't afraid of it, but I was worried that you were going to fucking clip shit out of context and keep chirping to your audience and lie to them. And now you can't lie to them. And all of a sudden,
I've never cared to watch H3 before. I've had Hassan on the most of anything of the random people on the internet. I am totally leaving this thinking Hassan is like a conflationist goober. And that Ethan lashes out when he gets a one-up on someone and he's in a bind. But Gila has such fashion sense. And I'll learn a production thing or two from Dan.
and lo and behold, half of the fucking
Besides, like, I'm genuinely, like, Hassan has the monopoly on violence in this one, y'all.
that we've talked
All right,
about,
here,
you've
let's do this.
backtracked on. Maybe that's the reason why people think you're fucking pro-Israel at a time when you say that they're doing a genocide.
You said that the Houthi Luffy was not a pirate.
He's not.
Or I'm sorry, not Houthi affiliated.
He's not, but even if he was, I wouldn't care. I hope you understand that.
Because that's
I do
rewriting
not
history.
think- I'm gonna say this
No,
very
no,
clearly
it's not that
to
you cared, it's that
I'm gonna
you
say this
fucking
very
glazed
clearly
him
to you
up.
right now, 10 toes down. Are you ready for this?
Go ahead.
I believe what the Houthis are doing in terms of stopping Israel doing a genocide to implement a blockade on the Red Sea is a good thing. 10 toes fucking down. They are on the morally right side. Don't you also think they're on the morally right
What have
side?
they done?
You're supposed to.
Hold on.
You're saying that it's a genocide.
What have they done?
What the fuck are they supposed to do?
They hijacked a boat that had nothing to do with Israel? Like fucking
That's
bravo.
not true. That's not true.
Really? What was that? What did it have to do with Israel?
It was literally owned by an
It
Israeli.
was partially owned.
Is
Is a big multi-conglomerate company that was partially owned by an Israeli.
Yes.
It was bound for fucking for Turkey
It
from
doesn't matter.
India.
What do you mean?
There was
What do you
they
think
kidnapped
BDS is,
5
dude? What do you think
totally
BDS stands for?
unrelated Filipino fucking prisoners and kept
by
them
an Israeli,
prisoners
by
for
the
a
way, in
year.
your fucking video. Are you going to take that back too now? Now you admit that you were wrong on that
Take
part
what
too?
back? I didn't hear.
See, this is when it gets a little creepy. Because, like, a lot of multinational companies have holdings in every nation to skirt laws. And to skirt fucking tariffs and import bullshit. And, like, when you start saying that because a company has a holding in Israel, that you won't use that company, you may not have ever worked that experience ever. A lot of people have been getting clowned on for never having to have worked a fucking wage job ever. They seem to have never touched a corpo.
What are we on? 4? 5?
Or he's exploiting people that have never touched a corpo.
How many points have you actually backtracked
I don't know.
on so
What,
far?
I don't know what you're accusing me of. What was I wrong about?
You said in your video that it had nothing to do with Israel. You claimed that it wasn't owned by an
Partially
Israeli
owned by an Israeli
conglomerate.
guy?
You were wrong.
Partially owned by an Israeli guy? It's British owned.
It's held by a company that has an Israeli member.
It's owned by a British
It is an
company.
Israeli
It's owned
conglomerate
by a
that owns
British
the
company.
fucking ship.
So it's owned by a British
You literally
company.
claimed that it was owned by Isle of Man. It was an Isle of Man ship.
It is.
Like you think all of these ships mysteriously are just owned by that, and it's not a fucking easy flag to get.
How much of this? So, if this Jewish or this Israeli guy is
0.5.
If this Israeli guy, how much?
0.5%?
Does he need to own of this business that owns this boat to justify? Is it 0.1? Is it 0.2? Is it 5%? How much?
I don't know, and I don't care because I think that
Well,
even
you
if they got some of the ships wrong, I still think they're on the right side. Don't you?
I mean, like, I agree with their.
I'm not even conceding on that front, by the way, because I do think that once again that was owned by an Israeli
No,
conglomerate.
it wasn't. That's an outright
video.
lie. You're lying. It's not owned by an Israeli conglomerate. You're fucking lying. That's an outright pathetic lie. And you're
said it
basically
was
running
an
defense
Isle
for a
of
terrorist
Man.
organization.
A company has interest in a conglomerate. Sorry, a company has interest in another company. They have interest in many companies. One of these companies is in Israel. You know, I understand how come people start demeaning the abilities of others to be able to make relevant observations about their environment in critical ways.
You said the flag was on Isle of Man.
Ignorant bitches.
Defend what they do? I think what they're doing, their message is good, their method is terrible.
Oh, wait. Dude, let's ring up the fucking Al-Houthi family real quick. Tell us how you would stop a genocide when you're the poorest country.
Well, not
on the
hijacking an
fucking
unaffiliated
planet
boat
that
and kidnapping
withstood-
15 fucking nationals and holding them for a year. How is that helping anyone?
Yeah, that's another thing that you actually got wrong, by the way, that even fucking Willie Sloptube called you out on. Those people, by the time you had released your
Oh, stop shitting on Willie Mack. You wouldn't even engage him either.
context puke, those people had been released.
It was,
What
yeah,
would you
I
do,
remember.
Ethan?
They,
What would you do?
I said they were prisoners for a year. I know they were released. It literally happened like the day I was finishing the video.
Oh, it's just you couldn't.
They were held. Were they held prisoner for a year? Were they held prisoner for a year? Were they held prisoner for a year? Were they held prisoner?
I like when Hassan does RP content. I'm a roleplay person, and so genuinely, I like, you know, I used to roleplay playing Jedi Knight Academy with the homies, and like my one friend and I, like bestie buddies, right? We'd roleplay as the Mandalorians and some other, this is before the show, and some other of the homies would roleplay as the Jedi, and the other of the homies would roleplay as the Sith, and they'd have wars with each other for who got to rule the clan. And we would occasionally fucking like get contracted by the Jedi and Sith homies to do assassinations literally in a video game on the other homies. And that was like my roleplay experience of the century. It was a bonanza. I fucking loved that shit. It was so nice. I roleplayed a lot. Not the game right now. We're doing this. I'm getting up for beans and rice soon. I don't know if I'll be coming back. We'll work it out.
For a year.
Yeah, they were.
That's
were.
what I
They were
said.
hostage.
Thank you.
Yeah, they were all hostage.
So how's that?
We might finish this today.
Israel taking a bunch of Filipino fucking unaffiliated sailors
Do you
hostage
understand the
for a
concept
year.
of deterrence?
Well, how's it deter Israel? Kidnapping fucking.
Do you understand the
foreign
concept of deterrence?
sailors?
Yes.
How is that a
stopping
deterrence?
It is a show of force to stop other.
I mean, I'm just gonna say the barrier of entry for intelligence gathering for a ship is like very low. So to be able to do validation in a meaningful way, I feel like it's enhanced when you're not literally speaking about a group of people who have gone through so much systemic violence that the military force is mostly comprised of children who can't do good intelligence gathering. And secondly, that the barrier for entry of it is so fucking low that anyone who has any experience vetting fucking potential targets for intelligence gathering would likely have not made a similar mistake if they had experience and time behind them, and instead of just a bunch of fucking kids on the back pedal because of a fucking aggressive fucking whiplash of sense shit that they had no fucking hand in at the start. But again, shit targets acquisition for a shitty tactic. There is no good tactic for any target. If it involves targeting another, it's a bad tactic. Go away. Pick something else. You suck.
Successfully, mind you, to stop other commercial shipping from going through. They literally bankrupted an entire Israeli port. I'd say that's numbers on the fucking board, baby. And like I said, 10 toes down, support that initiative. Because if you believe it's a
10 toes down, support nothing. I'll support actions, not whole organizations. I have no institutional loyalty. I serve no god, nor I swear no fealty to no god, king, or fucking man. I'm good. I'm chillin'. Put some Cholula on that thing. Put some Cholula on it.
The genocide. What the fuck
Sorry,
are they?
I'm giggling because I screamed that when I was in the kitchen, like legitimately putting it on a dill pickle crisp from Utz, and I was like, holy shit. It doesn't taste very good. It's very meh, and it's wet, and it's very, like, blunt and in your face. It was just very funny.
What are they supposed to do? Should they not?
Put some Cholula on that thing.
They allow their coastline to continue having commerce as though nothing is going on up there in Palestine, where Israel is doing a genocide in Palestine? How do you think the Yemeni population should have responded to the Israeli genocide? Should they have sat back and just let it happen?
Yemeni is not Houthi, by the way.
And also, they can't say, obviously, they fucking can't say from the river to the sea.
Mr. Piker does conflate a lot. It is actually very unproductive. Yemeni and Houthi, considering Jewish people, Israelis, saying that all Jewish people, or all Israelis rather, were, what did he say precisely? He gave some really un-okay thing to say.
Because that scares you, Ethan. So obviously they can't do that either. So
It's what Norman Finkelstein
said. How can people be pro-Palestine?
Y'all, this has gone on long enough that I'm willing to tell y'all some absolutely nuts bullshit. Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Y'all know how I said I was gonna wait till I, like, got hit with, like, some bullshit to probably play, like... What the fuck was the game? Metal Gear. I got, like, the random wave of, like, very manageable depression. And I'm gonna play Metal Gear during part of it, because that's when I was gonna wait for it. And I'm like... It's working, right? As a weird thing to, like, make me instantaneously, like, ooh, I'm excited for something. So, like, that's cool and cute. But then also, it's like... Okay, but now I'm, like, more focused on the, like, comfy cozy thing. Of just sitting on the couch, eating rice and beans and playing Metal Gear tonight. I may not do that. I may, like, back out of it.
You think is appropriate?
Were your example?
Ooh, what if I do put the Steam Deck on the fucking telly and I dock it there and I go hard and I play the whole, and ooh.
Is hijacking an unaffiliated ship and kidnapping 15 sailors?
Not unaffiliated. It's not unaffiliated. But even if it was unaffiliated, as I said already,
oh my God.
If it was unaffiliated, that wasn't unaffiliated. You lied about that, and you recognize that you lied about that for the record.
Okay.
But if it was,
people can look into it.
I think it's like 2 or 4K. Oh.
It wasn't. Even if
Why did
I only use my television to watch YouTube.
They didn't need to kidnap random people. That's like terrorist shit. Why are they kidnapping random unaffiliated?
Oh, and to play music.
Sailors. How are you defending
Ethan,
that?
You know what's
You're defending them
shit?
kidnapping these unrelated foreign sailors?
You know what's their shit? Israel fucking blowing up a humanitarian aid
When did I defend
flotilla 1002. No, I'm not saying you're defending that. I'm just explaining to you what actual terrorism looks like.
Well, you are defending
Israel,
terrorism,
as
though.
of this conversation
And
taking
you've done
place,
it many
Israel
times during
last
this
night
conversation.
literally drone strike a fucking humanitarian aid ship that was headed for Gaza off the coastline of Malta. That's real fucking terrorism. What the Houthis are doing, on the other hand, is resistance. And it's not only moral, but it's just.
Very good. You're right. You're so righteous.
If justice is
Do you
served,
think that the Filipino hostages who were held there for a year agree that that was an awesome, that was an awesome act of resistance? Probably not. Right?
Probably not. Can you explain to me what you would do? What would you do?
I think
I just said what I'd do, by the way, and that was something to do with having experienced personnel that can do target acquisition and vetting of target acquisition before making some, because you can see whom owns a boat, what's on the boat. This is just like shit you can go look up. And I would never do such a thing, by the way. But if I were to do such a thing, I'd go use open source intelligence gathering to not suck.
Well, first of all, I think that there's something to be said for stopping the cargo in that strait, but they're doing it insanely fucking stupid. They're stopping unaffiliated ships and they're kidnapping unaffiliated people. How is that good? They're doing it bad.
It's not an unaffiliated ship, by the way. But even then,
you won't explain how it's affiliated.
The affiliation is, if you call that affiliated, then every company is affiliated. Y'all, if you live in the States, your tax money's affiliated with Israel, dude. More so than we need to assign holding companies ownership. Y'all are the board of America. Y'all are the fucking actual fucking board of directors of America. Fucking goobers.
Affiliated. You said it's owned by an Israeli conglomerate. That is an outright lie. Hold on, you're doing disinformation right now. It was not owned by an Israeli.
I know not all of you are the board of directors for America. Hello, lovely cool folks from Russia and Belarus. Hope you're well. Hello, everyone else. Hope you're well. But the States people, y'all are the board of directors there. Eat shit.
Conglomerate. You said that. Yes, it's a lie.
I'm a states person too, so I'll eat shit too. I write my representatives though. I'm very pedantic with them. Every time they conflate a group of people, I don't get, they would say some shit here and there that I would catch wind of, and it didn't matter if they were conflating Palestinians or Israelis in any way that was underserving them. I would call them out on it because I'm a fucking shithead and a lovely pedantic bitch, and I'll just roll up there in someone's inbox with a really cute email that says, hello, hope you're well, blah, 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 blah.
Galaxy Leader is a vehicle carrier that was owned by a British company, operated by a company connected. It was connected. It wasn't even, he didn't even own it. It was connected to an Israeli businessman. It was co-owned by a business that this Israeli guy was involved in.
Yeah, co-owned by Abraham Ungar.
So what? You know his name.
What do you mean? It's co-owned by an Israeli. What are we talking
about? You're twisted.
No, it's co-owned by a company that has an Israeli dude affiliated with it.
Well, you asked me how
it's owned by a British company.
Yeah, this person's affiliated with the company. The company has ownership in it. He has no direct... this is, pathetic. No. Do not fall down to this piss-ass line of logic. You will start kidnapping random citizens on the street.
You asked me how it's connected. I'm telling you how it's connected.
Well, you're lying
and now you don't like that connection.
Just because you say that they impacted it later doesn't mean that you did shitty target selection and that you're an asshole.
But you're lying. That's what I don't like.
I'm not lying.
I still appreciate anyone trying to stop harm. But I can also clearly look at this and see what the fuck are these two grown-ass men doing.
The ship info is readily available, Ethan.
Yeah, I agree. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter.
All this info is readily available. That's why bad target selection is inappropriate and also pathetic.
Anyway, the problem for me, really, it doesn't...
Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay,
so
that's
the
point number 5 that you also presented falsely on your context view.
The problem is more the kidnapped sailors. I just don't understand you can justify kidnapping a bunch of unaffiliated sailors.
I don't... Ethan.
You are. You go.
Ethan.
Have you ever heard of the deterrent?
Yeah, walk with me through this carefully.
Yeah, please explain to me how it's justifiable to kidnap 15 sailors.
What would you do? Ethan, what would you do? You
don't have to have another option just because you don't approve of an action.
A better way to do it, I think. We're gonna figure it out.
Well, like I said, you can do it without kidnapping unaffiliated,
During the
holding them for a
Holocaust,
year.
There were militancy, resistance, okay, that cut off supply lines, okay, supply lines for the Nazis, or even sometimes supply lines that actually impacted the.
Why are we talking about the Nazis again when we're talking about Mr. Ethan Klein? Why can't we talk about his fee-fees? He's not gotten acknowledgement for his fee-fees. And Mr. Piker hasn't gotten fucking acknowledgement from Mr. Klein for not just his fifis, but then getting shat on about his fifis, and then needing to feel like he's been acknowledged when he's been told he's correct. He just sits there surprised looking. That part is an iconic clip. It's Hassan looking fucking surprised when he's like understood, but then being so refusant to like do the same and capitulate with anyone else. It's, I really do need to go back and clip specifically that. Y'all. I'm gonna start watching H3 on Fridays because Hila does really cool fucking fashion shit. Because of Hassan. I would have never even cared if it weren't for, like, the shit that he's been participant in. So you might as well say that Hassan is, like, filling in for Veterans Affairs for the State of Israel. Because I don't know if they helped or didn't help in any capacity for Hila's medical care after leaving. But I know it must feel good to have another person being like, your fashion sense is really cool. And I feel like that does more for people's mental health than any nation has with Veterans Affairs for as far as I have been aware of them, and any nation's hand in Veterans Affairs, at least from the States, Canada, Israel, Russia. I'm fairly sure Veterans Affairs there are being shat on for valid reasons. You know, so for what it's worth, if all I have to do to support veterans is say your hair looks really pretty, I'll do it. That's a bare minimum, I'll do it. Easy. Easy clap, dude. When? Let's go.
Civilians, okay? Impact the civilians. Do you feel like that kind of resistance was unwarranted?
It's completely irrelevant. Why did they hold them for a year?
I don't know.
Okay, because they're terrorists.
What? Because they're terrorists?
Yeah, they're terrorists. They kidnap innocent civilians.
Are they?
I mean, they're kidnapping people, so they're at least kidnappers. I think, like, between, like, kidnapping and terrorism, we start looking at, like, are we cutting weeds over, like, okay, well, did they do it to, like, explicitly cause the change of mind of a group of people, or did they do it for, like, to elicit a gain from their actions? I don't care. They kidnapped people. That's weird. Now, does it matter here? You can always go back and forth between if someone is doing an act of terror or not. Now, honestly, one of my exes accused me of doing an act of terror when I asked him to take his feet off of my fucking, coffee table. Mind you, I've had my coffee table for a long time. The only damage that's ever befallen it is I was having a meltdown one day and I slammed my legs on the under part of it, but I did try to fix it. It's poorly repaired. But it was also from, like, the discount bin in IKEA, so I feel like it's okay. But, you know, outside of that, I've taken very good care of my fucking table. My first bit of furniture. I still have some of it. I've only had to replace the television and a desk. Outside of that, I still have my first items of furniture that I ever procured for myself.
So the people
guys?
that are resisting against the Israeli genocide that you call a genocide are actually terrorists because you don't agree with
kidnapping
their
innocents?
fucking methods. But you have no way.
Kidnapping innocents?
I mean, I can agree that America deserved vegans, but I think the vegan teacher and vegan gains are absolute bitches, and I don't get behind their tactics. Yeah. As a fucking vegan person, I don't get behind vegan gains or vegan teacher. No. Would I still, like, you know, buy Vegan Gains dinner? Yeah, probably. Would I, like, be consistently grating and judgy and say some unkind shit? Maybe. Would I spend even a second around the vegan teacher? No. She can go fuck herself. She's fucking egregious. She says horrible things about people. She's absolutely terrible. They both say horrible things about people. They both do. There's no better or worst. I just feel like the way that Vegan Gains carries himself, I'll probably, like, have fun sitting there and gabbing with him for a minute, and then I'll want to never talk to him again. But it'll take, like, a second to get there. And, like, vegan teacher, I just think that she's a bitch off rip. Like, I don't think I'd gain any joy from that conversation. I think I'd just be full of hate.
Oh, alternative.
Misery. And want to pee. I'd get up to potty and I wouldn't come back. I'd leave her with the fucking paid ticket and tip, just waiting for the person. And I just would leave her there to languish. I'd pay for the food. And I just fucking leave. It's like, fuck it. No closure. Fuck you. Don't wish ill on people. Fuck yourself.
Alternative.
That's not true. I said just don't kidnap innocent people.
Nothing else.
It's easy. Just don't kidnap innocent people.
I like that the number just changed.
They could have done that, right? They could have taken the boat. They could have commandeered the boat and not kidnapped people, right? Oh, is that possible?
Okay, fair.
I mean, they could have taken the boat, put people off on rafts, and sunk the boat, burnt the boat, scuttled the boat. I mean, yeah.
Do you think that warrants the
You
standard
could
of
excoriate the fucking insurance companies on grounds that they have facility to pay.
saying that one of the only groups that
I don't know, you can send like one person with a really shitty bladder into the States and they can disrupt the fucking food supply for fuck's sake. So I don't know why you gotta fucking kidnap people.
doing militancy against and resisting against Israel's genocide, which they stopped, by the way. They literally stopped when Israel actually followed through on a ceasefire. If they were just, erroneously and randomly fucking trying to claim ships because they're pirates, they want to live the pirate life, then obviously they wouldn't have stopped doing that, don't you think? And they only...
I gotta go stir the rice and beans. Slow cooking, bruh. I'm gonna come back with some. Don't judge me. But the most of it has to be slow. But I want some. And I'm gonna leave you all soon, not right away. We'll see if a little taste gives me the itis or not. I forgot my cup for more juice. Put some Cholula on that thing.
Life could be a dream. Shaboom, if I could take you up in paradise up above. Shaboom, and tell me, darling, I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream. Sweetheart, hello, hello again. Shaboom, and hope we meet again. Boom, boom, boom. Ding dong, ding dong, la lang la lang la lang la lang la. Oh, bip, a bip, a do, ba dip. Oh, life could be a dream. 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 Shaboom. Life could be a dream. If I could take you up in paradise up above. If you would tell me I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream. Sweetheart, hello, hello again. Shaboom, and open we'll meet again. Boom, ding dong, ding dong, la lang, la lang, la lang. Oh, whoa, whoa, blip, a bip, a do, ba dip. Oh, life could be a dream. If only all my precious plans would come true. If you would let me spend my whole life loving you. Life could be a dream, sweetheart. Every time I look at you, something is on my mind. If you do what I want you to, maybe we'd be so fine. Oh, life could be a dream. Shaboom, if I could take you up in paradise up above. Shaboom, and tell me, darling, I'm the only one that you love. Life could be a dream. Sweetheart, hello, hello again. Shaboom, and hope we'll meet again. Boom, boom, boom. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, oh, life could be a dream. Life could be a dream, sweetheart.
Put some Cholula on that thing. What? I'm not gonna say Hawktua on it. I'm gonna say put some Cholula on that thing. I find it to be more authentic to myself.
They only started their blockade after
Not for
Israel started
weird
starving
reasons.
Gaza again, and then
That's
also
great.
turned
What does that
around.
do with innocent sailors?
Ethan, I don't think you want to go down this route.
I'm ready. What do you
Kidnapping
mean?
innocent people is terrorism. Is Israel terrorist? Is the IDF terrorist?
I mean, you could characterize it that way.
Is the IDF terrorist?
I mean, it's an army, so it's a different thing. It's like a.
Why is it a different thing? You think the
Well, the
Ansarullah movement
Houthis-
doesn't have a standing army?
No, it's because one of the ways that people delineate terrorism is when they say it's not an army force. Now, mind you, I still think that it's more appropriate to refer to terrorism as it is, which is a tactic, which is why I found it humorous when my ex accused me of being a terrorist for asked him to take his feet, his nasty, grubby, disgusting fucking feet, off of my coffee table. Mind you, I am a shithead and pedantic and will reference a thesaurus and etymology until my fucking eyes go blue. But, or I guess my face goes blue. Whatever the fuck you do when you hold your breath and don't breathe. Whatever which one is, that is.
They have an
I'll
army.
do that.
The Houthis did like a hostile takeover of like a portion of Yemen. They're at odds with the government. It's different. They also own slaves, by the way.
We're going to talk about the Ansarullah movement's
But
history.
I'll say yeah. Israel, the IDF is
hold
terrorist.
on.
Yes, the IDF
Hold
is
on.
terrorism.
Hold on. Talk to me about how the Ansarullah movement actually came to power without getting any notes from your Discord or anything like that. Explain to me the process in which Ansarullah actually came to power.
I don't know.
What?
I do not know.
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah, you should
That's
try
really
saying that
interesting
sometimes.
because in your video, you also used a lot of Saudi outlets to be like, these guys
my
are actually
God,
doing
bro.
slavery.
Give me
and
one.
it turned out that actually,
Give me the Saudi outlets.
The videos that you used did not even suggest that it was Ansarullah that was doing slavery in the fucking poorest country on the planet.
The
Okay?
Houthis
Literally
have
the poorest
slaves.
country on the
That's not
planet.
even contested.
They weren't the ones who were doing the slavery according to your own fucking video, but you still used it.
The
and you
Houthis
used
have slaves,
Saudi
undisputed.
propaganda papers that at a time when
I just
Saudi
don't understand why
Arabia
you're
was doing
defending
a
the
fucking
Houthis
genocide.
for having slaves and kidnapping innocents. It's just so unnecessary.
What are you talking?
When I did rice and bean stuff in the slow cookie way, I tried more kelp than usual, and I kind of like it. So, it's like taurine. Hold on. Here, it's similar to this.
This video shows templates and a huge full reality, but it's a good place to start. We can break those types of taste into two groups, and then order them. If we just put the right colors in the right spots, after the blur effect, you end up with something close enough to fool your brain. And since most biological matter contains the same stuff, it doesn't take much to tip the flavor towards meat. Here's the recipe that I found worked from the patent, and beside it, my own recipe that I developed after a bunch of.
Did I use MSG? Yes. Dextrose? No. Salt? Yes. Cysteine HCl? Yes. No. 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 Yes, I used avocado and soybean. Avocado and sunflower both. Ribonucleotides? Yes. No. Spices? Yes. Dried mushroom powder? Yes. Nooch? No. Kombu powder? Yes. Maggi sauce? Yes. Flax oil? No. I did use chia seeds though, which means I'm getting all the kinds of omegas. I'm getting every omega up my butthole.
Just acknowledge that they do terrible shit.
The Saudi-backed government was the one
Which
that
for me is peak mindful, careless food.
was actually doing slavery.
No, well, if they did, then the Houthis also have slaves. That's just a statement of fact.
No, the Houthis don't have shit. Okay, it's
They don't have shit. They don't have
shit.
slaves. They don't even have slaves. They don't even have food. Like, what are you talking about?
That's not the point I'm making. They are the poorest country on the planet that just came out of a
and how's
man-made
that
famine.
blockade, by the way, helping the
Saudi
country?
Arabia
How is
and
the blockade
UAE.
helping the
Why
famine
did
in
you
Yemen?
use-
How's the blockade helping the famine in Yemen?
There is, as far as I understand, there's no longer a famine in Yemen. I'm talking about before, because you talked about how you were a regional expert.
What is blockading and doing for the poorest country on earth?
Ansarullah and their violent takeover
He
of
didn't
Yemen.
say he was a
So I
regional
was like
expert.
trying to figure out what you know about this. Maybe you know something that I don't know. So I was trying to pick your brain a
Well,
little bit.
so explain
on
to
this
me why it
issue, but
matters.
It seems like you don't know shit.
Sure, I don't know about the specific thing. Tell me why it matters.
Why it matters? What their blockade?
Yeah, clearly.
Oh, their blockade is. Oh, their blockade is awesome.
Why it matters how they came to power.
Oh, because you used Saudi newspapers in the time when Saudi Arabia, according to Human Rights Watch, Amnesty International, all fucking NGOs, was doing a Western-backed blockade that was killing hundreds of thousands of people. And the headlines that you used in your context were from Al Arabiya and numerous other outlets that had.
Welcome to America. We got guns in our area. I still think Ethan's doing the like most reasonable job at holding his point here, and Mr. Piker is like being wicked and inappropriate. They're both being inappropriate. Mr. Piker's being wicked and inappropriate. It's not a magnitudinal thing. It's a how you go about yourself thing.
Had their own personal investment in vilifying the Ansar Allah movement.
I like
Having
how
said
I've done
that,
this
of course,
kitchen shit.
I also think that there are plenty to criticize about the Ansar Allah movement. I don't agree with everything that they're fucking doing. As I've said time and time again, like their banner, right? Their banner says first to Jews, which you also...
Like, I'm too busy to watch any of their shit, but I'm probably gonna hit up H3 on Fridays to see if Gila's got some cool style shit going on, and then leave after like 2 seconds of paying attention.
Presented in your video, except remember when you talked about Norm Finkelstein and how Norm Finkelstein doesn't agree with From the River to the Sea,
You agree
Palestine
with
will be
kidnapping
free?
civilians.
Can we play the clip of Norm Finkelstein talking about the curse the Jews and how what he thinks about that? Let's do that. Let's pull up the clip of Norm Finkelstein's thoughts.
How is that relevant?
These actions
How's
and
that
the
relevant?
blockade against these.
How is that
You used him
relevant?
as a primary source earlier because you thought, he's a reputable guy, which I
he
think I
said
agree.
something that I've said that I've been criticized for. What does that have to
Can
do
you-
with
Dan,
every
can you
other
play
take
this
he's
clip?
taken? It doesn't mean that
Can
I
you play this
support
clip?
that like we're aligned with every other take in the world.
Dan, can you play this clip real quick? Sorry, this is 50
I don't.
seconds.
It's irrelevant. I passed it along. It's totally irrelevant.
What do you mean it's irrelevant?
Because who gives a fuck what he said about it?
Wait, what do you mean?
You want to talk
used
about?
his-
Here, listen.
You use his perspective on From the River to the Sea to imply that he agrees with you.
He does.
I want to see if you agree with him on this. Just play it.
All right, I'll play it.
I'm just thinking about having to like do the camera shit if it's just me, and how I'm gonna have to sit here with like keybinds for like both on screen, one on screen. Which side, both things. I have to now like engineer like upper third, middle third, lower third, programmatically getting shifted through if I want to like do shit with a person. And I'm just sitting here like, holy fuck. That would be so rough. Dan is the fucking goat.
Thank you.
So here, I'm going to play it, okay? And then when this is done, let's move on to something I know we both want to talk about.
Production man Dan.
I'm going to play it. I just want to set this up.
Ruling the
You
area.
claimed that the worst thing I said in the context, puke, is that I wrongfully portrayed Jewish people fleeing from their countries. And I denied the Nakba somehow, which is crazy. So let's talk about that after this clip.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
The Houthis,
And
they
by the way,
you're not
we
going to scare us. You're not going to
I'll just say up front, we can end on that point.
Oh, I can keep going all
I'm
day
sure
if
you
you
can.
want to.
Yeah, I know. I know you go to bed tonight in a cool race car bed, but I have family.
Okay,
Kids.
no, that's fine. Why are you thinking about what my bedroom looks like? It's kind of weird, man.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what both of their bedrooms look like, because now I'm curious if there are race cars or not.
No, you're right. You fucking badass fucking sports car bed. It's a meme.
Very odd.
Here it is.
As long as the people in Gaza are subjected to a genocide, we won't stop. Do you know all the praise that's given to the Danish government because it helped evacuate Jews during World War II? But is there a case where a totally distant people did that for the people of Gaza? If I were to give a Nobel Peace Prize, I would divide it between three. South African delegation. Number two, those doctors who volunteered to go to Gaza, the Doctors Without Borders and others.
Yeah.
One doctor, he was Palestinian. Why don't you leave? Because he had the option. He was able to go. He said, I didn't go to medical school for 30 years to abandon my people. He was killed. And the third, it's the Houthis. If genocide is the crime of crimes, the Houthis are the hero of heroes.
Yeah, I mean, the first two examples, I definitely agree. I think it's psychotic to give the Houthis a peace prize. That's
Why?
nuts. Because what the fuck have they done for peace other than kidnap innocent civilians? What have they done for their own
What the fuck are you
populace?
talking
This is,
about?
as you said, the
bankrupted
poorest
an
country on
Israeli
earth.
port. That is
What
the
are they doing
direct
for
material. The Houthis have.
What does this have to do with the river to the sea?
It was the only one that wasn't given context when Mr. Finkelstein gave discourse on it. That's the only thing that stands out to me, is it's the only instance without context.
Material consequences for Israel as it has implemented a genocide.
All right, let's give them
Like,
a
you
piece.
get lead up on the first two, then the second one's a hard drop in context. But you have like your emotional investments like baseline, and a little bit higher. It's a cool way to like package data to like sell something to the people of the internet, and I can definitely appreciate the production in that. And I feel like that's just Norm just being generally charismatic is fucking adorable and just an absolute fucking treasure. I don't
Prize,
fucking know.
whatever. I don't care. Let's give them a
I
peace
think
prize.
they deserve it.
Yes, absolutely, without a doubt.
Yeah. Wait, also,
don't
it's
ask
still
the
skipping back to me.
unaffiliated prisoners who are held for a year though, if they do.
No, I don't. I think you're missing the.
I mean, we've already given them to people who have like fucking forced children to take injections without consent. I think we should like really just accept that it's a kind of a bro, we give it to people who have forced children to like go through some bullshit. What are you fucking, are you twisted?
Broader point here. You're missing the
right,
forest for the trees.
Right.
Here, I'll give you a great example of this, by the way, because you spent a lot of time being like, the Houthis are bad. They're.
Oh, not necessarily. No, it's in the packaging of the clip we saw. It was context, big drop of context with a high emotional rise at the end. And I think that's just like really cool packaging. So like whoever, even if it was a person clipping it, if it was Norm himself, either way, like I think the production was like top notch. And I've already complimented Dan for having like really top notch production. Like, cause Dan's when we have like full screen Hassan, full screen Ethan, you know, Ethan upper third, Hassan lower third, video in the middle. Like that's Dan doing production work. And I think that I've complimented Dan's production work, a little bit unrelated. Though Dan does production for H3, like they're supposed to have a interpersonal communication still, and these like Ethan and Hassan, Mr. Piker and Mr. Klein still aren't doing that. So I'm like kind of like halfway hooked on what I thought was Norm's badass editing. Cause like, I think Norm's a fucking peach, and I think that that would be really cute if Norm and Dan were like just the editing kings. Cause then it's like, please tell me you're being silly. Please tell me he has a computer. Even AOC plays fucking Among Us. Are you fucking
homophobic? I'm sure they are. Holy shit. Also, Dan, it keeps switching back to me on my end. Sorry.
Let's
I mean, sometimes people say that Norm minimizes trans people. Sometimes people say that Norm might be a bit rash. I think Norm is still adorable. You can be adorable and do other shit. I still think he's adorable.
Talk about the issue of the Nakba and stuff.
Okay, hold on. I know you keep saying, oh, it doesn't matter, this is boring whenever you come across a
it's
point
irrelevant,
that you
bro.
have.
Oh my gosh, do you think I can get Norm hooked on like playing Helldivers?
Well, and you just talk and talk and talk. It makes the video unwatchable.
You said the Houthis are...
He can fill in for me, and then we can swap, and then I can play Helldivers and watch him stream, and then like he'll play Helldivers and he'll watch, I don't know, nothing. He'll read the newspaper and play Helldivers with Bess, and then I can like swap with him, and then he can like stream or something. And all someone has to do is like hold his hand through it. And who wouldn't want to hold his hand? What if you get to go hold his hand?
The Houthis are barbaric. They're homophobic. They hate women. All this shit, right? And I'm sure a lot of that is correct. Of course it is. It is the fucking poorest nation on the planet, and all that is known is fucking death and destruction. This doesn't justify having that sort of opinion, of course, but it certainly understands, don't you think? Certainly is part of the point, part of the problem. And the best possible way to probably get them to have a civil rights movement to give gays rights would probably be to stop fucking bombing them, as Joe Biden did and as Donald Trump has done.
Yeah, that wasn't my chief criticism. I mean, again, my criticism is that they are kidnapping civilians.
Yeah, I know. You don't like their methods, but you have no alternative method.
I said just do it without kidnapping civilians, dude. It's not rocket science.
Let's get back to the IDF.
Also, just because you don't agree doesn't mean you have to offer a substitute. Like, how do I put this? I don't think what the Mongol Horde did was appropriate. What's my alternative? I don't have to give you one.
You said the IDF is maybe not a terror organization, but the IDF is a terror organization.
I didn't say that. Wrong.
Through and through.
Wrong. Again.
No, he said he's...
Okay, so you think the IDF is a terror organization?
I said yes.
You believe the IDF
I think it's fair to characterize them that way.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't just say one obtuse word. He did agree with the statement, though.
Okay. Your wife was in the IDF.
Yeah.
Do you believe your wife is a terrorist?
Of course not.
You have considered a 19-year-old Yemeni TikToker who is not even a part of the Al-Houthi family with no Houthi affiliation, but simply a person that says he stands with the Houthis, and I do too, a terrorist over and over again because he has a gun in the second highest gun ownership density per capita, and because he responded to a fucking Instagram comment saying he's a soldier, a dude who doesn't even speak English.
Let's watch
You
this.
kept claiming that he was a terrorist over and over again.
He is.
His name is Rashid al-Haddad. He is not even a fucking Zaidi Shia. He's not even a part of the Houthi family.
Let's
Because if
watch
he was
the
part of
evidence.
The Houthi family,
You know,
his last name would be al-Houthi, not al-Haddad. Okay.
Let's watch the evidence.
This person you looked at a 19
I still don't think it's appropriate.
19-year-old fucking teenager.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm not going to slide on it. I think you can do better intelligence gathering around target selection. I think you don't have to kidnap people to get the point through. I think you could have just fucked the ship up and got the point through. I don't think they had to be there for a fucking year, and I don't think it's fine. And I'm fervently opposed to it. And I don't think that the consideration that anything else wouldn't have worked holds the same muster as anyone who brings that to bear might consider, because then just be kind. Just be thorough. Like, you don't have to invoke violence in the pursuit of strategic ends.
Who's a TikToker,
terrorist,
in the poorest country on the planet, who's only known death and destruction, and spent countless fucking hours looking through whatever his social media was to be like, this guy is bad.
Let's look at it.
Yeah, of course he's fucked up. He lives in goddamn Yemen.
Do you know what the bigotry of low expectations?
I mean, the point being, Mr. Piker still advertised this kid as a member of a group, and this kid said that they were. So, if we're not gonna listen to people when they say they're hurt, what are we doing? I mean, if you're not, don't say it. And if Mr. Piker can, like, have that context now, you need to take ownership for framing that kid and getting that kid put at risk for ban avoidance on some bullshit counts then.
Bel Air like you, dumbass.
Yikes, brother.
Do you know what the bigotry of low expectations is?
Also, I find Mr. Piker radically inappropriate. I've, like, checked out more of his shit than anyone else involved. I still find his words, his approach, the way he treats people to be remarkably inappropriate. And Mr. Klein is not gaining points on the appropriate scale. He still lashes out at people. It's still a gross situation. I still think Mr. Klein's request in this meeting isn't too much, and every second that we start conflating their interpersonal shit with the loss of life of children, it loses meaning. And if we, like, fortunate few in the States, can't find a way to respectfully talk about the dead and dying, then we're gonna just continue to be inappropriate. They need to be absent from some things. I don't want to hear about dead and dying people when I'm getting shagged by your grandpapa.
Saying because he's poor, he hates Jewish people? Let's watch. Ready?
No,
Let me
it's
show
not because
you
he's poor that he hates Jewish people. It's because he lives in fucking Yemen. And in that part of the world, the only thing that people see is the dangerous conflation of Zionism and Judaism.
I'm sure
because the fighter jets that blow up their fucking schools have a Star of David next to them. And when the Palestinians are kidnapped, when they're fucking forced to go through military trial detention, they get fucking Stars of David carved on their heads. Israel is the one that dangerously and falsely claims to be the nation state of Jews. Israel is the one that makes everybody think that this action, all of the action, the genocide that you called a genocide, is actually being done at the behest of Jews.
That's not true.
Of course, for everyone.
Some people, I do believe, have said that it's the nation state of, but I would be hazarded to say whom and what affiliation they had. Because watch me, like, say that and watch it be a Tana thing. Because Tana says hella prejudiced shit about Jewish people. So, like, and she fetishizes them. It's weird. So, like, I don't know.
Everyone in that
doesn't
side
claim
of the
they're doing
world,
it on
when
behest
they
of
say
Jews.
Jew, it's interchangeable with Israel. Many of these people,
Do you
including
think he's like Anne Frank?
What?
Do you think he's like Anne Frank?
Oh, of course, absolutely. He has withstood genocide. He has withstood genocide by the Saudi government. Of course I do. I think that talking to, but my point that I was fucking presenting,
Anne Frank is famous for being a pacifist and seeing the good in people despite a fucking Holocaust that took every member of her family but her dad. That's why she's inspiring. This guy went on Twitter and said, fuck Jewish people.
Would you think Anne Frank would be less inspiring if she somehow was able to get out?
If she was like, I want to kill Germans and hang them? Yeah.
And took up arms against the Nazis? Would you say that Anne Frank is bad for that? Say Anne...
I mean, I still have criticisms for Joan of Arc, even though she was emotionally abused and manipulated, yes.
Frank is bad for that, Ethan.
For something that didn't
Anne
happen?
Frank would be bad if she took up arms against the violent Nazi occupation.
If Anne Frank chose to kill people, I'd still say that killing people is bad, yes.
Say it.
It wouldn't be the same, for sure. She's,
it wouldn't be the same.
She's
Why would it
famous
be?
for being a pacifist and seeing the good in people despite living through a Holocaust. You understand that? That's not what...
I do like how when you're playing Civilization, like Gandhi and Civ is just like disgusting. I really like that.
And
let
Frank,
me show you. Let me show you.
Do you think that if Anne Frank, do you think that if Anne Frank took up arms?
Oh, sorry. What am I saying? I'm saying that Mr. Piker directly spoke of before he went live, and the reason that this kid had to get his account unbanned is because Mr. Piker directly said that he was involved with the group. Not that the kid might have memed about it before. And Mr. Piker says that the kid just like memed about it because it's all they knew. But my stance is Mr. Piker directly made that conflation himself. And might need to point to himself and say, hey, I'm the one who conflated that. That poor kid got fucked up because me. That's what I'm talking about, by the way.
Against the Nazi occupation.
Israel isn't occupying Yemen anyway.
What?
Israel's not occupying Yemen.
Israel isn't. But for every single country...
Because I was letting Mr. Piker live was on my fucking laptop a lot when that interview happens. And I remember quite explicitly what the fuck he said. On his goddamn live stream that I was watching. Because I would just put it on. Because he's adorable. And I was one of the many people bitching at him to do more roleplay. Because we were hot off of the GTA roleplay. Y'all, I'm not an Ethan fan. I've watched more Hassan. I'm leaving this a fan of Gila's fashion sense. Like, I'm losing my ability to, like, tolerate Mr. Piker's stuff.
In this region, American imperial...
But I was watching his live stream for that. Like, it was on my fucking computer.
Is
you say the Saudis, you said this, why don't they say death to Saudi Arabia on their flag? Why is it Jews? Why is it damn the Jews?
They're directly fighting Saudi Arabia.
Oh, but
what
I
are
thought,
you talking about?
see the
I know, right? No one expected to argue this with someone who's watched more Mr. Piker than any of these goofballs.
David, of course they hate Jews. What about why is their flag saying
I've just, like, the whole time I've seen him, I've also seen him be wickedly inappropriate.
Death to fucking Israel and damn the Jews.
Their flag says, death to America.
Like, I've seen it ratchet up, and I've seen it consistently ratchet up and get more and more violent, more and more generalized, more and more lazy, more and more under pressure, and more negligent.
Death to Israel, a curse upon the Jews.
I've only just become aware of Mr. Klein and H3's content since the content nuke, which is the first bit of Mr. Klein's work I have actually seen. And I've already been, like, nitpicking Mr. Piker's behavior since long before that.
Which I have said time and time again is kind of gauche, not acceptable, not appropriate by Western standards. But if you listen to
Saudi
Norm
Arabia?
Has a clip on that too. Norm has a clip on that too. Do you want to see?
No, let me show you this because you've been going on and on.
Norm Finkelstein explain that?
And I will, like, I'm just gonna say that I will always say that causing a loss of life is always inappropriate.
Oh, I want to show you this, okay? You've been talking. Very good. Let's watch this.
Do you condemn the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising, Ethan?
You gotta stop.
Do you condemn the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising?
I'm gonna play this video, okay? He says, ready for sacrifice. Oh, maybe I read
sacrifice and eager for martyrdom. Maybe he's talking about football? Here he is singing a song with the words...
Mr. Piker's the one that hyped him up as a member of the group, though. That's Mr. Piker's doing. That's what he said on stream. I don't look at social media. I don't have Twitter. I don't use Twitter. I don't use social media. I don't have a Facebook. But I would watch this man's stream.
You threaten us with what we are waiting for, son of a Jew? Meaning of Houthi is a title, and it's not something to fear.
The only thing I look at on Reddit is, like, FromSoft shit. Like, FromSoft community shit. Because, like, Dark Souls is good, and Elden Ring is pretty fun. Dark Souls 2 is amazing. Outstanding game, 10 out of 10. Fucking love that game. Holy shit.
For the Jews. They are very...
Majula has the best music. The PvP is so good. Like, Dark Souls 3 PvP is full of fucking cheating fucking cheatsters, and Elden Ring, if you play on Seamless Co-op, which has the better connection between people, and they can just turn off invasions if they read the goddamn instructions, it's full of cheaters. And Eldon has this bloated ass, makes it lag ass, makes shitty fucking input latency ass anti-cheat, and DS3's like the last native FromSoft doing their own anti-cheat. It's still full of cheaters, but so is like Eldon shit. Like, who the fuck? Bro.
Afraid of this title. The execution we will carry out on all Zionists with the lovely depiction of a man impaled through his asshole and out of his mouth with a pike, or how Hassan...
A pike on screen with Mr. Piker. Wait till they have like someone kicking a football and it'll be like a kick on screen with Mr. Klein.
Likes to say it. A pike for a
I missed Sam destroy whose life? What? I watched Mr. Klein and Mr. Cedar have a talk the other day.
Okay, why would he retweet this article called Houthis use social media to boost global prominence and support? Israel falls. Wait for the new operation in Tel Aviv. The Jaffa drone, which no Israeli defense can stop. The ships we bombed and sank. I know the Red Arrow is supposed to be a cool military Hamas thing. This is a butt plug. Just saying. To every Zionist, I will put this into your...
It's clearly not a butt plug. It's too sharp. And it's flat.
And let me state the obvious.
It's only a butt plug when it's three-dimensional. Also, gross.
Yes.
It's a guitar tab, you fucking pervert.
And Zionist is clearly interchangeable to this guy. Okay, but hating Jews doesn't make you a Houthi. Are you a soldier? Yes. That seems pretty definitive.
Why did he say yes to are you a soldier?
Bro, he doesn't even fucking speak English. You're like, oh, he's a soldier. Wait, even if he is, I'm gonna ask you a question very clearly and very deliberately. If Anne Frank,
just like Anne
posted,
Frank, by the way.
if Anne Frank if we had the internet during the time of the Holocaust and Anne Frank posted about this is what we're gonna do to the Nazis, would your analysis of Anne Frank change even a little bit, even an iota?
Yes. I think everyone has said yes. Mr. Klein has said yes like 5 times. I already said that like the ending of life is never appropriate.
Yes, of course it would, because she's famous for being a pacifist, not tweeting out death to all Zionists. She's famous for seeing the good in people, not fucking tweeting out that we want to nuke Israel. What do you mean?
That one, because I would not give a fuck. I would be loud and proud going, hey, that's what she said. That's what we're going to do.
The moment she wished harm on someone, I disavow her shit.
The Nazis? Fuck yeah, girl.
So after watching that compilation, you still agree that he's just like Anne Frank?
Did you not?
And this is coming from someone that's had to speak to fervently racist people.
Hear what I asked you.
I'm just summarizing.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
Anne Frank died before she could resist.
Oh no, they've just come up on me and started yelling, and I've had to like ratchet it down and like not have conflict in my shit.
If she did, I would never
hold that against her. She was fucking killed in a concentration camp, you psychopath.
But if she
was exterminated with her whole fucking family. Her dad's the only one that survived and recovered her journal. Are you fucking mad?
Either, Ethan, right? Would you hold that against her? Would you hold that against her?
I would hold it
yes.
Against her, but she wouldn't be the same historical like figure that said, despite my family being killed in concentration camp and everyone being murdered, I'm still a pacifist that sees the good in people. What the fuck what's so confusing about that? Not kill Zionists, not nuke Israel, not a pike through Zionist assholes.
I can't believe we're once again discussing the posts of a dude in Yemen
you really like to
19
do that.
Fucking years old.
Well, you said he's not a Houthi. I mean, you went on and on and on and on about how he's just some random fucking innocent.
I mean, he also, while on stream, hyped up how he was. And then the only time Mr. Piker took it back is when the person got banned and the interview was at risk of being canceled. To be fair, he also tried to pantomime and say that he would be banned if Mr. Klein were to bring Mr. Isn't Destiny a girl's name? On stream at any point as a way to like say fuck you. He thinks that he was gonna get banned because of Destiny's visage. You know, it would be way funnier is if he got him banned by showing only in Discord. If he got him banned by showing fucking like, what's the one? Goatsy. There you go. Goatsy would be the funny one.
Kid,
because we wouldn't have to see it and it would just work.
You platformed and glazed the fuck up, by the way. Which is, by the way, just terrible journalism. Like you have KFC in Yemen? Is that the fucking best question?
It would be the most inappropriate thing, but it would work and it would be funny. It would also be disgusting. Like, it would work so well, it would be hilarious, and it would be so unexpected. It would get obscene points, and I'd laugh. But it would be, like, destructive. Children would be impacted. It would be just nasty. I would hope they had, like, sex crime charges against them for doing it. You know?
you have for someone who's apparently surviving a genocide in Yemen, who's been with the crew of kidnapped hostages, who's apparently partied with the captains?
That wasn't even correct.
You say, is there KFC in Yemen? Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, here's some clips that you haven't shown.
Hey, bro, there's a KFC in Yemen.
Like, wrong. It's
Here's some
insanely
clips. No,
incompetent.
We're going clip for clip. We're going clip for clip. Can you please play this? It's from my subreddit.
Sure. Give me a sec. Dan's got to pass it to me. Okay, after this, please, we got to move on to the Nakba thing.
Yeah. Every single victim of Israeli or American violence has to be a pacifist.
Okay, do you want me to watch this? I mean, what the fuck, bro? It's 4 minutes, so I'm not going to watch the whole thing, but I'll watch like a minute or 2 minutes. Okay?
Of course, what if, in quotes, the Jews decided to return to Yemen? Question mark. Will we allow them or not? Question mark. Of course, it's normal. We, the Yemenis, extend our hand in peace. Yemen is allowed for anyone who lives in it.
This is like shot like by a fucking like propagandist. What are you talking about? Like, he's all fucking dolled up. He's got makeup on. The lighting is perfect. Yeah, he's like, guys, please, we love the Jews. Give me a break.
Our problem is not with, in quotes, the Jews.
Our problem is not with the...
Our enemies are, in quotes, the Zionists.
Feeling like a big man, buddy? Dunking on a fucking 19-year-old living in Yemen? You pick it...
I mean... Depending on how you dunk on anyone, regardless of their location or age, it could be funny. Depending on how.
And choose what you think. You pick and choose what you think is appropriate.
Well, like, tell me I smell bad. That'll be funny.
You think about all this shit I showed you. Which do you think he believes, this or that?
I think he believes both.
Oh.
This is not.
He both believes the Jews are our friends and also we need to murder them all. He believes that Jews are our friends and we need to murder them all. Is that correct?
The problem is you conflate.
No, he said Jews. He, in the tweet, said this is what we're going to do to Jews.
From a Western perspective, for them, when they talk about Israel, they sometimes reflect
and
it
that's
as
the Jews' fault, right?
But listen to
and
me.
You're blaming the victim.
Because in that interview that I conducted with him, I asked him about how he felt about Jews, anti-Zionist Jews specifically.
I remember.
And he said he loves them.
That is such a lie. You're such a liar.
You don't know this person.
I watched it. That's not what he said, though.
He has no reason
He said
to
if they
lie.
support Palestine, then I like them.
He could be dead by
You're
now.
lying. You're just lying. You're lying about what he said. You're lying. I've seen that interview. You're lying. He didn't say that. He said if they support Palestine, then that's good. What? That's what he said. It's a fucking materially way different than I love Jews. What the fuck you said?
No, you didn't hear you just repeated what
Go
I
ahead.
said.
What'd you say?
I said love, but I think he didn't. I guess he didn't say love.
What did he say? Hold on
a
second.
Like.
What did you say he said?
I said that I don't care what anyone's background is.
What a weaselly liar, dude. What a weaselly dire weasel. Y'all. Don't ride dire wolves or dire weasels. Their little backs will give out and it's inappropriate. Only ride the dire sloth.
I love them. Jew, Christian, Muslim, doesn't matter. If you are against Israel, I love them. That's what I said. He has no problem with Jews who are pro-Palestine.
That's nowhere close to what you said.
Dude.
Well, you realize you were wrong. You got caught in a lie, so you're revising. It's fine. All right, let's move on to the Nakba thing.
Dude, I don't care.
We gotta move on, bro.
Ethan, listen to my words very carefully. If he had told me, okay, I hate all Jews unconditionally, I am an anti-Semitic person.
He did tweet stuff like that.
The conversation would go very differently. But even then, I probably wouldn't be as vicious as you
literally said that on social media,
or you want me to be. Because I understand the material conditions and what plays a role in people's...
I condemn what Ethan just said. Please do not hurt the lovely Jewish people. Thank you.
Recognition of the world.
Nobody needs to fear but Jews, he said.
Literally every human is lovely. So it's impossible for me to not say lovely and then person. So don't you go like thinking that any group of people is more like subject to my affections than any other. All of you 8.5 billion thumb-having shit-stained motherfuckers, I love every goddamn one of you bitches. Just be kind and mindful or I'm gonna think you're a shithead. I love shitheads. I love many people who use slurs. I just don't use them myself, and every time they do, they get a long talk from me about why it's inappropriate. And I find myself grating and annoying.
I'm gonna shove my gun and kill Jews.
We do not get behind what that man just said when I unpaused him.
What? No, he didn't say that.
I'll play it again. You want me to play it again?
I will not be rewinding that, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh, God. Okay, dude. You just play the fucking clip then. God damn it. Just play the clip.
No, I'm gonna keep pausing it. Fuck you.
Zionist, but play the fucking clip, Ethan.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna fucking... Oh, you said Ethan. Never mind.
Play the clip
boss
I
him
sent
around,
you
not me.
without fucking complaining.
Damn right, you better fucking come correct if you ask Dan to do it. You better not boss him around or be weird. When you ask Dan, you better be fucking appropriate and respectful. Dog on Ethan all you want, but don't you dare fuck with Dan, motherfucker.
Too dolled up.
But you want me to watch your clip? I thought, no, we're gonna watch my clip.
No, play the fucking clip I sent
By the way,
you.
is this, I don't know if this music's claimed, by the way. We can
It doesn't.
it does matter, unfortunately. You're on Twitch where stealing content is fucking regular, but on YouTube there's standards.
Mm-hmm.
As someone on YouTube,
yeah.
Yeah. God forbid.
Just speed it up a little bit.
Someone might copy strike you, and then their lawyers might demand erroneous.
Which you admitted is sometimes warranted. Where's the link
Mr.
of
Fair Use? Mr. Fair Use.
Yeah, yeah. Do you know what fair use is? You fucking moron. It's using it fairly. There's a big difference between.
No, I know. Fair use is when you get mad at Redditors criticizing you, so you fucking you get
of course,
your
I care about my monetization status.
Sue them and make them.
This is so fucking.
And about how they have to
fair use,
release information about their.
All right,
about their
let me play this for a minute, and then we'll move on.
All right, play.
Hold on. This video was translated by me with the help of Google Translate, an AI translation tool, so it could be that the translation is a little rough. Of course, I thank the foreigners and the Jews who stood up to the foreigners, who stood up with the foreigners.
This is the most pathetic terrorist
in quotes, the Jews.
Propaganda bullshit.
I don't feel okay saying the anything, so it's a
struggle. The fact that you
struggle.
actually think this is credible is such a. It's so hilarious to me.
Dude,
wow. Let's
look,
keep it going.
man,
No, I love
look.
this. This is great. All
right, just keep playing it. Keep playing it.
Yeah, sorry. I'm trying. I don't know where the audio went. Oh, why was it? Sorry, hold on. We're having.
I pulled it back up.
Taylor Lorenz tweeted, "What's so crazy is that we tried to nab an interview with Rashad, the Yemeni teen who went viral for WAPO, before Hassan the Hun got the scoop. Ethan continues to chastise Hassan for legitimate journalism and an interview that
What
half
was
of MSM
legitimate
was
journal-
chasing."
Well, first of all, Taylor Lorenz is a fucking hack loser who's obsessed with you, okay? Of course she would say that. She, by the way, what was legitimate? Name one question you asked him that represents legitimate journalism.
Okay.
One question.
Great question.
Why is this so weird?
What do you feel about anti-Zionist?
Why is his camera at 30 frames a second?
Name one question you asked him that represents legitimate journalism.
Okay.
One question.
Great question.
Why is his camera at like... Okay, no. Hold on.
What do you feel about
Okay, it's over Discord, so that's part of it. So his camera's not 30, but his camera's grabbing it at, let's say, 60 or 30. Let's give it both. Either way, it's getting cut onto the... Well, we don't know if Dan records the H3 shit at like 60, 90, or 120 fucking frames a second. And I'm thinking it's a 90 thing, but I could be wrong. Because I feel like they're a little jagged, and I feel like you only get that with like some weird conflation.
anti-Zionist Jews leading many of the anti-Israel protests in the United States of America?
That's your most important journalistic question, which he basically said.
No, you asked me one. I gave you one.
I don't think that. I mean, I find that to be insignificant, especially considering his answer. No follow-up questions?
Oh, I didn't start the rice earlier.
Why don't you ask him if he...
There's no way we're finishing this today.
Why don't you ask a follow-up question like,
Ethan.
do you not care if they're Zionist Jews?
The big
that there are
back
Israeli
of
Jews
this?
that support you?
I don't give a fuck if he cares if there's Zionist Jews or not.
What about why? Do you think?
Jews,
What was the hard-hitting part about asking if he likes One Piece? Was that hard-hitting journalism?
No, it was called humanizing.
That was called cringe as fuck, glazing, pathetic.
Yeah.
The last segment is an hour. That's a tomorrow. I've got to run off after this because I want to. I'm gonna be
Because
cozy.
you don't like when a fucking brown person gets a...
I have my fucking very fun little bit of video game time on the couch. I might actually get through the start of my first play of fucking
little bit of airspace.
Is that right?
Metal Gear.
Look like a human being.
So you're resorting to calling me racist now. By the way, this dude's white as fuck. What are you talking about? This dude's whiter than I am. What the fuck are you talking about,
let's get back
dipshit?
to the IDF.
Hold on, you
So
accused
said
me of
the
being
IDF to
racist.
be
Are you talking about
declared
this
a
guy?
terrorist organization,
Are you talking about
and
this
your
guy?
wife is a part of the IDF. Do you think it's appropriate to call your wife a terrorist?
No.
I think you do. No, I don't.
I will not call Gila a terrorist. She has very pretty hair sometimes in the clips I've seen of her.
You don't think it's appropriate?
Though I do understand folks could be a terrorist with pretty hair. I choose to fucking be a goober for pretty hairstyles.
No.
Okay. You have stated time and time again that you believe, to show how pro-Palestine you are, that you believe settlers are valid military targets.
Right.
Who do you think is protecting the settlers who you claim
The
are
IDF
valid
is
military
protecting them.
targets
It's fucking insane.
in the process,
yeah, it's horrible.
in the process
was
of
my
the
wife out there
pogroms that they're
protecting?
doing?
Sorry, was Ela out there protecting settlers?
No, she was doing a night raid, as a matter of fact, and I didn't know any of this until recently, for the record,
She
until
was
a couple months ago.
Yeah, you're gonna do
She was
the
out there
raider of
doing
Ramallah
night
snark
raid.
bullshit.
Do
Go
you
on. Yeah,
think-
your community doesn't harass anyone. She was 18 years old. She went on a ride along to Ramallah for some kind of fucking mission. She stayed in the car, and then they went back, and that's all that happened. She's
She
18 years
described
old, bro.
the
She's a
process
secretary.
of taking someone hostage. You called him it, by the way. That person was a Palestinian.
It's a second fucking go on. Yeah, your community doesn't harass anyone. She was 18 years old. She went on a ride along to Ramallah for some kind of fucking mission. She stayed in the car, and then they went back, and that's all that happened. She's 18 years old, bro. She's a secretary.
The process of taking someone hostage. You called him it, by the way. That
I'd
person
have
was
to
a
go back
Palestinian.
to
The
5, 6,
No, I
7,
don't.
8,
And
9,
the fuck a
10.
human being.
So you're resorting to
and not
calling me
a fucking
racist now.
barbaric
By the way,
mob.
excuse me,
You
being
said the IDF
racist.
to
Are you talking about
declare
this
a
guy?
terrorist organization.
Are you talking about
And
this
your
guy?
wife is a part of the IDF. Do you think it's appropriate to call your wife a terrorist?
I think you do. No, I don't.
You don't think it's appropriate?
No.
Okay. You have stated time and time again that you believe, to show how pro-Palestine you are, that you believe settlers are valid military targets.
Right.
Who do you think is protecting the settlers who you claim
The
are
IDF
valid
is
military
protecting them.
targets
It's fucking insane.
in the
Yeah, it's
process,
horrible.
in the process
Was
of
my
their
wife out there
pogroms that they're
protecting?
doing?
Sorry, was Ela out there protecting settlers?
No, she was doing a night raid, as a matter of fact, and I didn't know any of this until recently, for the record,
She
until
was
a couple months ago.
Yeah, you're gonna
She
do
was
the
out there
raider of
doing
Ramallah
night
snark
raid.
bullshit.
Do
Go
you
on.
think-
Yeah, your community doesn't harass anyone. She was 18 years old. She went on a ride along to Ramallah for some kind of fucking mission. She stayed in the car, and then they went back, and that's all that happened. She's
She
18 years
described
old, bro.
the
She's a
process
secretary.
of taking someone hostage. You called him it, by the way. That person was a Palestinian living in
Yeah,
his
maybe-
own. Living in his own fucking home, and your wife
Can they not
went
commit
on
crimes?
a raid to Ramallah, which you have called a terror city.
Yeah, that was
There's
an old clip. I
inconsistency here.
don't think
Is
Ramallah's a
your
terror
wife
city.
a valid military target in that process? Because you've said that settlers are valid military targets. Do you think your wife is a valid military target? Do you think your
She's
wife
not
is
a
a
West Bank
terrorist, Ethan?
settler. She's not a West Bank settler.
Oh, but she's in the
Bad
West Bank.
Empanada
Where's
thinks she
Ramallah,
is.
Ethan?
Bad Empanada thinks she's valid. Your friends over at Second Thought think that she's a valid target.
You
Do
think
you?
she's a valid military target?
Do you think
That's
she's a
my
valid
point,
military
because
target?
there's inconsistencies
Do you
here.
think she's a valid military target?
I do not,
Sorry
as
for
a
the
matter of fact.
flashing.
I don't.
Right.
Okay?
Can we please move on to this the
No,
Napa thing?
listen to me.
Hassan,
listen
bro,
to
you're
me.
making this unwatchable.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Okay?
We got to move on.
How does this make sense in your mind? You say Israel is doing genocide. She has participated in the kidnapping of a Palestinian in the West
He
Bank.
said
You don't
you
know who was
hate
kidnapped
think
for what
that's
reason. We
You
don't
say you
soldier
hate
boy.
the settlers.
Well, we don't know who was.
Who
First of all,
the settlers,
bad,
Ethan?
wow.
Your wife did.
kidnapped. They arrested somebody. We don't know what happened or what they
Oh,
did.
Two millionaire adult men
Do
spent
you
5
understand the
hours
process in which how people are arrested?
projecting the pettiest, most personal drama possible onto an act of genocide in the form of repeated acts of competitive intellectual one-upmanship. It's an obvious, callous lack of concern for the underlying topic. Onto an act of genocide. They need to talk about their fifis. 1 hour, 23:66. I don't even know what they're laughing at. New tab for it. Let's go see what they're giggling at.
Hassan?
Do you not correspond with Destiny's podcast co-host Dan Saltman?
I've talked to Dan Saltman, but also I don't think that that's Destiny, is it?
Not to mention the role of the Islamic Republic regime on this conversation shows how little either of you know about the ongoing conflict in that region. Yep, once it's flipped on Hassan, it's wrong.
On defense terrorists, okay?
Literally
There's
just
a reason
did.
why you say that. You say that to
You literally just
disparage
did.
me without actually addressing my arguments. And now...
Yikes. Ethan acting like Trump? No, I don't think so. Show me how. I see the other shit though. Honestly? Summary: 2 millionaire adult men spent 5 hours projecting on the pettiest of personal drama onto an act of genocide. No, it's like 2 grown adult men with millions of dollars not being able to talk about their petty emotional shit without bringing in dead children and like sexual assault victims. It's disgusting. Good job, Ethan. I am proud of you, bro. You held yourself so well in this debate. He is not gonna let you fuck, little bro. You can't slide it in. Sorry, Ethan, man. I came here for the hang. Good times and a little escapism, but sadly, I think the ship has sailed. You should stand for what you believe, and I respect you on the pod, but it's not working for me anymore with peace and love. Ethan is right. Hassan made it unwatchable. He's annoying, yells. He's like a child who, if he doesn't get his way, he gets angry. I've always known Hassan has been a radicalist, and in fact uses Anne Frank as an example. It's just 100% disgusting. Okay, the 100% disgusting part I can get behind. Wait, this hostile and yelling right out of the gate. I'm a little confused about this takeaway. I think what you want about Hassan, but if you really think Ethan won the debate, then you're really interesting, and then you're really interesting, I guess. Yeah. I don't think there's been a winner. I think it's not even a debate. I think it's weird. I'm pretty sure it's a petty emotional bullshit that's been given a veneer of like, hey, let's talk about dying women and children and sexual assault of men, women, and children. And what is instead happening is like they needed to talk about their feelings, and neither of them can performatively get off the pot for 2 seconds to talk about their feelings without bringing in dead and raped women, men, and children. I think it's disgusting. But I also think that they needed to talk about their fifis, and when Mr. Klein tried to, Mr. Piker consistently pushed it into speaking about this dying and dead and sexually assaulted men, women, and children. Hassan purposely not understanding the difference between the fact that Ethan sent a warning letter to the Redditors that were purposely re-uploading his content with the explicit purpose of not even stealing views. It's that it's like pay-gated content, and you put it on the internet in a public fashion, and the company has to protect itself to do that. So even if he's only doing it for his employees, he still has to do it. Like, if y'all have never been around a corporate fucking decision in your life, say so, and that I will be able to explain from a different perspective. Hassan purposely not understanding the difference between the fact that Ethan sent a warning letter to the Redditors was oh, never mind, sorry, I already read that. I keep trying to get through this, but I feel like it's giving me giardia. I do feel like I'm crawling on the ground through shit. That is true. I don't care if I'm very bland. I still like me. Go fuck yourself. Did they talk about the iDub cringe Fortnite dance? Yes, they did. Does anyone have the timestamp? I'm not going back for it. Use the transcripts. My ears are bleeding this loud. I think as an autistic person watching this debate is difficult. It fills me with pain and anxiety. You're not alone there, bruh. I don't like H3 at all, but boy, did he run circles around this malign narcissist. Oh, all I said was, you're not alone. I think as an autistic person, this debate is well overridden my ability to want people to just grow in appropriate ways. I accepted this. It was just blood sports, begrudgingly. Wow, the amount of Hassan stands in the comments is crazy. You're insane, Ethan. Ethan needs to take a break. Stop calling the nice Jewish man with neurological issues that he's insane. They both needed a break. This is 5 hours of our life we'll never get back. Y'all, I have streamed about this 2 days in a row. Peace and love, this was a very tense show. I just wish the first question he asks of Hassan is, did you watch the content nuke? Empathetic. Ethan has Tourette's disclaimer at the beginning once Hassan was on the call. At the start, compilation Ethan's commentary on Palestine, were you back on Twitter, way beside of the, what I've only just discovered existed 2 years ago. This is not aviaries. I'm broken. I understand that the beginning section was dominated by Hassan clarifying some terminology, of which I often very use loosely, attempting to establish dominance and gain an upper hand on form. Ethan, I feel from your heart sincerely is what is given. Speak your shit, king. Hmm. They're at least being mindful and kind. I can appreciate that. Ethan has the divorced parent vibe. I mean, Hassan has a never been a parent vibe. He probably has children that we just don't know about. I bet one person, like, at least sarcastically calls him a baby daddy that probably hasn't spoken to him, so that's good enough. I think they just need to kiss again. Maybe this will fix everything. I was about to... Yeah, I was gonna leave it there. I was about to be like, based, SA. But then denying that SA happened on a large scale during the war is bonkers. You don't need testimonies at all. It's a war with men and women and children being killed and abused. Do we really think under these circumstances that this could be the first war in history to not include sexual assault? The soldiers are saying, I just killed a woman, but I won't disrespect a woman. This is too far. We all know the true colors that present themselves during war when no one is watching. I mean, we can be critical of, like, the Japanese Imperial Army during the last war and how there's been consistent sexual assault of Taiwanese and Korean women and children, but we don't have to assume that every war is going to have it, but we don't have to be shocked when it does. Yeah, I think I follow what you're on about. Yeah, I think I get you. I don't know, man. I'm confused. I assume everyone in the comments here is true fans because none of them are admitting Ethan is wrong and no one is talking about how Hassan is right. What? Are you fucking delusional? Neither of these bitches are right. They're fucking weird. Instead, they are making jokes about how the whole situation is silly because they are all wrong. You need to... I mean, I'm not wrong. Okay, so now I'm at the hour and 47 minutes, and I just kind of feel like Ethan doesn't want to have an actual productive conversation now. It's not to say that Hassan is innocent, because I have seen his clips in full context, and he says a lot of awful shit. However, I do believe Ethan is hurting his defenses more than anything by playing this as a type that thinks being loud, the louder means you're winning, which is very off-putting. I understand that Ethan has been personally hurt and affected by Hassan in his commentary, but it's someone who is very new to this whole circus of content creators. I think it's divisive when their view, divisive to your views to post a 5-hour-long stream that isn't you beating him back with intellectual evidence, but rather shutting Hassan down anytime he's on your nerves, and that's just dumb. I feel all this is achieving is making Hassan look like the reasonable one, not because Ethan has shown from the opening of this video that he was going to be hostile. Reasonable one, because Ethan has shown from the opening of this video that he was going to be hostile. Not that Ethan is without cause, but I don't think it's working in his favor. I agree it was a tough to... What? Free sunflowers for everybody. Sunflowers till we all die. Of old age. I'm definitely the dog. I could care less about the beef and silly arguments, and I'm just here to listen to the background. Yeah, you're friggin' based on that one, bud. Where are you?
Sorry, do Palestinian terrorists never stab and blow up civilians?
They're placed under military detention. They are not actually placed. They do not go through a civil
Palestinian
court process.
terrorists ever commit violence on civilians that would warrant them being arrested?
They are not.
Y'all, I'm gonna dip at this chapter's end, so we only have like 2 minutes.
In the West
I'm
Bank.
not doing the other hour.
Or this raid.
Not right now.
In Ramallah, in Palestinian territory, your wife was an illegal occupier of a terrorist organization, also known as the Israeli Occupying Force, Ethan. Now, I know people that have also served in the Israeli Occupying Force, as a matter of fact. I've relied on breaking the
By the way, her name
silence,
is Hila. I don't know if you keep doing your wife. Why do you do that? Why do you keep referring to her as my wife? It's bizarre.
Yeah, she has a fucking name. She has like outstanding fashion sense as well.
Okay, Hila, whatever, who cares?
It just belies some really bizarre thing.
Shit.
It's not random at all. It says a lot.
I feel like we already went over they've already mentioned this. They've had this debate, like this little debacle before in speech.
Listen to my words. Listen to my words.
So
I have no issue with someone.
It's the second time that Mr. Klein has said, please stop calling her my wife. It's Hila, you know her name. You've known her, you've had conversations with her, etc. It's been mulled over before.
As long as they have recognized their mistakes, as long as they recognize that was wrong. What I take issue with is consistently defending Israel. You have also participated in the defense of Israel. It makes no sense. You're inconsistent. You say it's a genocide, but people can't resist militarily. You say it's a genocide, but all of the people who are outspoken are vile anti-Semites.
Hila was doing
supposed to be able to resist against this genocide?
Hold the phone.
Do you actually think it's a genocide?
Hila was doing mandatory military service. What should she have done?
There's numerous options. One, religious exemption. Two, refusing to serve. But even then, I don't have a problem with her being socially conditioned into thinking that this is appropriate. I have a problem with what she's saying now. I have a problem with how she reflects on that and doesn't realize that was an unjustifiable thing to do.
Okay, well, listen, you can talk to her, debate about it. I don't know what you're even referring to. Okay.
What?
I don't even know what the fuck you're referring to. You're just calling my wife a terrorist. Like, well, give me a break, dude.
No.
She did mandatory.
She has talked
Let me
on
ask
your
you a
podcast.
question. Hassan,
She's talked
please,
on your
you gotta
podcast
let me
about
talk.
how she went on a raid.
You have
she
to let me
was
talk.
bored, she
The
had a
fact that
secretary
you're
job,
just
it's
talking
mandatory
over me
conscription. It
and
was an
being
adventure
louder
for
does not
her.
mean you're right. I promise.
What?
Being louder and talking more does not mean you're right. Okay. It's good to listen to what I have to say.
Three, 4, 2, 5, 2. Oh, I'm here. Never mind. Oh my gosh, I have like no memory. 4, 2. Just 4, 2.
Sweetheart, hello, hello again. Shaboom and open, we'll meet again. Boom, ding dong, ding dong, lang, lang, lang. Hum, whoa, whoa, blip. A bit over the world, life could be a dream. If only all my precious plans would come.
There you go. They could have just talked about their feelings.
She's part of mandatory.
I have the worst pause timings.
Conscription.
Did Hila not volunteer? Did Hila not volunteer to go to the West Bank on a raid because she was bored? In Ramallah.
Yeah, she's 18. It's understandable. We don't know what that guy did, though. We don't know what the raid was for.
He could have been a
What if he
vicious terrorist
killed people?
monster.
Yeah, what if he killed people? Of course. If he killed people, of course he would be worthy of being arrested.
Ethan, is Ramallah a part of Israeli territory?
I mean, it's complicated, right? It's under occupation. No, I don't think so, but it's under occupation, right?
Okay, so why was your wife in Ramallah?
Maybe are getting a terrorist to kill civilians. She sat in a car.
It's not complicated.
She sat in a car and didn't even leave it and never did it again.
Your wife participated in an illegal raid according to international human rights. That is the reality. Now,
are you upset if this person killed like a child? Would you be upset if this person they arrested like stabbed people? Like you don't know what you're talking about.
If she were to talk about,
okay, fine, my wife's a terrorist, bro. What the fuck? It's so boring.
No, stop. Listen to my words.
No, my wife is a terrorist.
As many former IDF vets have on breaking the silence. If she talked about the night raid that she participated in the same way that
just like Frogan says, I don't hate only the ones that regret it.
Talk about, I would have no issue with her.
Do you hope she gets PTSD too?
I understand people can change.
I don't condone the raid, but I mean,
that is like the funniest debate that didn't get taken.
Neither of us have any information about like what actually happened. You know what I mean?
There is no. You don't understand. If she is illegally there, she is not supposed to be there. It doesn't matter. Her and her entire brigade was not supposed to be there.
I like how after this is over, I'm kind of gonna go back to not giving a fuck about the Mr. Klein, Mr. Piker, Mr. Destiny isn't that a girl's name nonsense. And I'm gonna go back to Dark Souls.
I don't think she knew what they were doing.
I just pulled my head up to watch a bunch of grown-ass adults act like fucking petulant shitbags. I still think in the petulant shitbag stack, Mr. Klein's pain seems entirely understandable. But he is lashing out whenever he gets a one-up, and Mr. Piker is doing Darvo like donuts all day long.
Matter of fact, what
I don't think she knew what they were doing or where they were going.
What she participated in
I don't think she knew where they were going or what they were doing.
What she participated in
okay,
is
she's
called
a terrorist,
night
bro.
raid.
Please, we got to move on. This is
The
like
reason
just
why
so...
the reason why the Israeli occupying force
People wanna watch
participates in
this.
these night raids in the West
You're making
Bank
this unwatchable.
is to
Let's
create a constant feeling of
It's
terror.
not talking more does not make
Is
you
it
right.
this way to spell
You
it?
gotta understand
The
that.
reason why the Israeli occupying force
You're repeating yourself.
participates in night raids is to create a constant sense of terror.
We don't condone it. She was 19. She was doing military conscription. She didn't know where they were going or what they were doing. Okay? Thank you. I'm listening, but you just keep repeating yourself. This is what you do.
The reason why
You gotta move on.
The reason why I know that. You want to know why I know that?
You want this to be unwatchable? Is that what you want?
What?
Do you want this to be unwatchable?
The reason why I know that, Ethan,
I checked
is
myself.
because of
Yes.
Breaking the Silence veterans
I
who have come
misspelled
out and
it.
spoken out against this practice. That's why I know that.
Hassan, you say that Hila could have gone to jail and done a conscientious objection instead of joining the army. Why do you pay taxes?
What?
Why do you pay taxes to the United States
This is
government?
your big argument, Ethan?
Answer the question.
That I pay taxes and I'm morally culpable? I know. That's why I try to fucking
Why don't
fight
you go to
against this
jail?
goddamn government
Well,
doing
why
this
don't you
shit every
stand up for
day.
your? Hold on. Why don't you stand up for your principles and go to jail for it?
Because it would not actually stop, okay? It would not actually stop. The reason why I'm saying,
What wouldn't stop?
I don't take issue with Hila's fucking actions then, as long as, just like you said, she was just 19 years old. I take issue with the fact that she still defends it on principle.
What did
she
she
says
say?
the Israeli occupying force is not a terror organization. You have a disagreement with him.
Well, I think
Or her,
I
sorry.
think I can see it from her perspective too, which is like the problem with you is that
Yeah.
everything's black
Well,
and white.
you can't see it from Rashid Al
Hassan Darvo
perspective.
Piker
he's a fucking
and
terrorist.
Ethan
He's
One-Ups
like
Klein
that you said, like,
should have gone with One-Upsmen. Wishing them both the best,
Oh my
hope they
God.
have healed
Please.
heal
I want this to be
sometime,
watchable,
instead
okay?
of
Let's move on,
being,
please.
sorry,
You made your
bringing
point.
harm to
Okay?
women and children
So
into a talk about their soy little
You said this,
fifis.
which is you said in the context puke. You said this was the worst thing I did. So let me play it, okay? And then we can discuss.
More Jews displaced than Palestinians.
Let me go back
to
to
1948
yeah,
trees
just to give the whole context.
expelled them
I like that he's just watching the content nuke.
in massive amounts.
It's very funny that Mr. Klein is just making Mr. Piker watch the content nuke.
Following the 1948 war. In fact, there was more Jews displaced than Palestinians.
This was one of the
during
worst pieces of misinformation I've seen in the fucking context puke. For the record, it was crazy.
This specific. So Mike, again, nicely done. Let this guy hold your hand and formulate your opinion, but he's not here to help you, okay? So you tell me what was wrong with what was misinformation about saying that 900,000 Jews were displaced?
You make a comparison between Planned Dalit, which is a planned ethnic cleansing campaign.
Oh wait, I got. They just switched to the new chapter. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna run off. Thank you all for letting me be a silly goose, stream with y'all, hang out with y'all, and just be a part of your lives. I greatly appreciated it, and I had a wonderful fucking time. I hope y'all have the very best, and find the very best. I need to go have a lay down. I might actually get some Metal Gear time in. You don't know. Besides, then we might feel like watching AI President's Let's Play, just so we can watch Mr. Biden conflate his life, AI Mr. Biden conflate his life, in front of Mr. AI Trump and Mr. AI Obama, and start talking about how he was solid snake. Because that's funny, and then we can laugh at him and I'll have more context. Or I'll just play a game that I'm used to, with less paying attention to do. Because sometimes I like just doing that, and I don't want to pay attention, I just want to do things. Okay, thank y'all for hanging out. I'm gonna head the fuck out. I have stuff to do. I appreciate you all. I have to finish dinner stuff in the kitchen. Y'all on Twitch, I'm gonna give you the link to the YouTube. I know it's only one thing we're reacting to, but memory was like, don't forget to say if you wanted to see the stuff we reacted to, you can go to the timestamps in the description. But yeah, I remembered to say that, so that's good. Thank you all very much. I appreciate you all. Take care. Catch you tomorrow. I'm sorry, I'm just like a very sleepy, make foodie goober today. Thank y'all. Peace. We'll finish this tomorrow. Actually, if we don't finish this tomorrow, I'll finish it on my own. And we can just like gab about it or leave it there, and we'll pick up some other nonsense. I want to play Fallout.